can't see me in no department. Speed, power, chance, heart, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo.
Like Debo?
And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8.
7-8.
And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, not wear my crown.
Fuck around, not wear my crown.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. This trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. Trio talk like fight fan. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again. There he go talking that boxing again.
What's up with it? What's going on with everybody? How y'all feeling? Yeah, Devin Blocker, what's happening with it? Mike Ryan, Brown on Boxing, what's good? Salute with Sal Hamilton, what's happening? Yeah, when y'all come in, y'all already know. Smash on that like button. Let me know you in the building. Hop in that comment section. Yeah. What's happening with it, fam? Chris Mitchell off in the building. What's up with you? Let me see. See who else we got in the building. Jay Horseman, what's happening with it? Chino Figueroa, salute to you. Yeah. How y'all feeling today? Yeah, we got it's a whole lot of shit that's been going on in boxing. Whole lot we got to cook on. Let me send my boy Money. Let me send him the link. He'll be in here in a little bit. Get him this link sent out. World Combat Sports, what's happening with it? Everybody go check out my man, subscribe to World Combat Sports. Make sure y'all subscribe to World Combat Sports. Yeah. Yeah, man, I feel you on that, Chris. Yeah. Man, this week been going by fast. This week been going by pretty fast, too. Omega Red, what's happening with it, Big Omega? And y'all hit that like button when you come in the building too. Drico, what's happening with it? He says, I caught your ass this time early. Let me wipe my feet and smash the like button before I come in. Yeah. And y'all make sure that y'all go subscribe to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk on YouTube. My man Kwame East and Drico Bay, they be over there cooking. Drico, man, Drico like to get shit stirred up. Drico go give you what you want. He go give you what you want. And Kwame too. And they ain't gonna agree with each other half of the time. They gonna keep it real over there. They ain't gonna agree with each other. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to Loyal to the Game Boxing Talk. Chino say, what's good with the fight? I want to see Devin KO Loma. Man, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna talk about that, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson, man. He did a dope interview, talked about a lot. Talking about my man Jermall Charlo finally coming out, acting like he want that smoke. We got a whole lot to talk about. Well, I ain't going to say acting like. But let me see. Clarence McClain, what's happening with it, King? Salute to you. And like I said, make sure before we get the show started, everybody smash on that like button. Oh man, I appreciate the support, Clarence. I appreciate it for sure. So man, let's go ahead and get into it. You know, while we waiting on money to get in the building. I don't know if y'all seen the interview that me and Money did on Money Brown TV last night with Ebo Spence, that's Errol Spence's sister. If y'all ain't seen the interview that we did last night, make sure that y'all go check that out with Errol Spence's sister, Ebo Spence, over there on Money Brown TV, right? And if y'all ain't subscribed to Money Brown TV, I don't know what you're doing. But make sure that y'all definitely go check that interview out. Appreciate that, Stan. And one of the main things that to me is how both of the families, you know, both the Errol Spence's family and Terrence Crawford's family, they real passionate, right? And the crazy thing is they both, right? Ebo Spence said that she don't think that Bud Crawford would last, you know, more than 5 rounds with Errol Spence. She says she see a lot of flaws in Bud, and she don't think that he'll last more than 5 rounds with Errol Spence. And the crazy thing is, like I told her last night, I said the crazy thing is that, you know, Team Crawford, they saying the same thing about Errol Spence. You know, Bomac, Taiwan Terrell, you know, Terrence Crawford's nephew. They all say the same thing. They all say that, oh yeah, Spence is gonna stop EJ for sure. So both of the families, they both saying the same shit, like, you know. So when they do meet, it's gonna be a war. It's gonna be a war. Because I think, you know, after everything is said and done, they're gonna be cool. They're gonna become good friends. But right now, I think both of them is aggravated with each other. I think Errol Spence is sick of hearing his name. I think he's sick of hearing Errol Spence's name. And the build up to that fight, man, imagine the build up to that fight. the build up to this fight, when it does eventually happen and it go down, because I think it's eventually gonna happen. Like I said last night, the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight is too big not to happen. You know what I'm saying? But the build up to that fight, even though they don't have no hatred against each other, I think it's just a competitive. They just, they tired of hearing each other's name. And the build up to that fight gonna be crazy. The build up to that fight is gonna be crazy. I think the build up to that fight is gonna bring both of their personalities all the way out. I think both of them gonna be talking a lot of shit. It's gonna bring, the character out of both of them that we're not used to seeing. I think that fight is gonna do it. But like I said, it's crazy because both teams cold-heartedly believe that the other fighter is not gonna last 12 rounds. I think the fight gonna go the distance. They both got dog in them. They both got a lot of dog in them. They both got a whole hell of a lot of dog in them. But when Ebo said that she see a lot of flaws in Terrence Crawford, and he gets hit too cleanly and hit a lot, at times. I do see the same thing. I see that is one something that Errol Spence will be able to capitalize on. I think that is one thing that Errol Spence will be able to capitalize on. I want to see Terrence Crawford, how he's gonna react, right, when he has somebody in there that's like himself, that got a whole lot of dog, that is not gonna fold once he start putting pressure on him. You know what I'm saying? Because the level of competition that he fights, they're not nowhere near him. So, once he start applying that pressure, they fold. They ain't ready. They don't have dog in them like he do in him. And, so I would just love to see it. But before that, I would love to see Terrence Crawford fight Shawn Porter. We actually talked to Ebo Spence. That was one of the things I asked her. I asked her, how does she see a fight between Shawn Porter and Terrence Crawford going? And she said that she don't think that Terrence Crawford can beat Shawn Porter, and she's not the only one that feel that way. I think it'll be a great fight. I would give the edge to Terrence Crawford. I give the edge to Terrence Crawford. I think he got more skills, and I think that Shawn Porter don't have enough power to get him up out of there. Shawn Porter, he has his work rate is crazy. He stay on you 24/7, and when the bell rings, Shawn Porter on you like a fucking rabid dog. Like a dog foaming at the mouth, ready to get out that fucking gate, right? That's Shawn Porter. He's not going to give Terrence Crawford a chance to download him and figure him out and switch up his game plan. He don't really give fighters that chance because he's on you. He don't give you a chance to think. So I think that'll be a great fight. Like I said, I do give Bud the advantage in that fight just because I think, Bud got more skills than Shawn, and it's going to play out like that. But I don't see that fight. I don't see neither one of them, folding in that fight. I see that fight definitely going the distance. That fight definitely going to go the distance. And like I said, I'll be willing to bet money that fight goes the distance, because I hear a lot of people saying that Terrence Crawford is going to KO Shawn. He's not stopping Shawn. He's not going to stop Shawn Porter. People got to realize that there's levels to this competition, But I think that's a real close fight. I think that's a dog fight that Terrence Crawford do edge out. But I would like to see that. Like, Terrence Crawford might go in there and just whoop him. But if he does that, if he go in there like me and Money was talking about recently, right? It's a fight that Terrence Crawford really needs. You know what I'm saying? Whether he wants to fight Shawn Porter or not, to me, I feel like he needs to fight Shawn Porter, right? Because even though people like, oh, well, Shawn Porter been beat. Who cares if he been beat? Everybody know that Shawn Porter is a top dog, right? So it's like this. He need, and then I'm gonna tell y'all why I believe that he needs the Shawn Porter fight, right? Because if he goes in there and beats Shawn Porter and does it convincingly, more convincingly than what Errol Spence did, say if he go in there and beat Shawn Porter 10 rounds to do it. But see, he has to beat Shawn Porter in dominating fashion, right? Because to me, I think that Errol Spence beat him convincingly. To me, I think that Kell Brook back in the day beat Shawn Porter convincingly. Although Shawn Porter has gotten a lot better than he was back when he fought Kell Brook, but I think that they beat him convincingly. You know, I think I had the Errol Spence fight 7 rounds to 5, and then I had one round of draw or something like that, 8-4, somewhere in there, right? I don't remember what I scored the Kell Brook fight between Shawn Porter, but I had Kell Brook winning convincingly. So they beat him convincingly in my eyes, right? Some people thought maybe say both of those fights were closer, right? But they beat him. If Terrence Crawford can go out there and dominate Shawn Porter, that's something that ain't nobody ever did before. Nobody's ever went out and dominated Shawn Porter. That's why Terrence Crawford needs this fight, because if he can come out and dominate Shawn Porter, and what I mean by dominating him, beating him like 9 rounds to 3, 10 rounds to 2, or even a shutout, right? If you could do that, right? Or if you could stop him, now, right, you make a statement. Now you can talk to Errol Spence about some negotiations. Look, y'all say I ain't fought nobody. Well, I just fought the man that just gave you the toughest fight of your whole career, right? I fought the man that a lot of people feel that you wouldn't have even beat, right, if you hadn't scored a knockdown against him. But I went out here and I watched this man, right? So now I'm proving that I'm better than you. Now, this is not how I'm thinking, but what I'm saying is that if he does something like that, then he has an argument. Now we can sit down, right? Now we can sit down and we can, you know, we can negotiate, right? But now when people come out and say, oh, well, you know, you need to give Terrence Crawford more, this, and that, now you guys will have an argument point. Okay, well, what's your argument point? Why does Errol Spence need to give him whatever percentage, right, that he's asking for? Now you have an argument point, right? Now you can say, and I'm helping y'all out, right? The Terrence Crawford fanatics. Now you can say, look, y'all said he hadn't fought nobody. Now, right? Now he showed that he above everybody because he just went and watched Shawn Porter and ain't nobody never done that, right? Because I'm a resume dude all day. You can talk about accolades, and it matters to me who you beat to get those accolades, right? And so then he got a talking point. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments, and whoever I missed. Stan Swish say facts. Crawford looking vulnerable to the jab, and Spence got a beautiful one. Yeah, I see that, man. Marcus Davis says Shawn Porter got that dog. He says, why won't he says too, that's why I want to see Bud fight him. Yeah. Curtis Anderson, what's happening with it? The Boxing Bible, Mr. Boxing, that's his name. Kurt Sugar, Mr. Boxing Bible, Kurt Sugar. Yes, sir. What's going on with you, Kurt? Mike Rhymes says Porter would not be fighting a guy with the good chin if Gamboa can make him dance and Green Machine can make him do a split. I think Porter has enough power to stop him. I don't know, dog. I wouldn't say that because Porter is really not a power puncher like that. You got to think. When was the last time Porter stopped somebody? The last time Porter stopped somebody was maybe Paulie Malignaggi. So I'm not finna let that come out of my mouth. I'm not finna sit up here and say that Shawn Porter will stop Terrence Crawford, because Shawn Porter has been in the ring with a lot of fighters, right? And most of all of them fighters, right? Most of all the fighters that he been in the ring with, right, since he knocked out Paulie Malignaggi, most of them don't have the dog that Terrence Crawford got. Like now, so let's not forget, right? Terrence Crawford might not have the strongest chin in the world. He might not, whatever. You know, everybody has. See, this is the thing, right? To me, it's like when you talk about Shawn Porter, right? Let's use Shawn Porter as an example. We've seen Shawn Porter get dropped, right? We've seen Shawn Porter get dropped by Errol Spence. We've seen Shawn Porter get dropped by Adrian Brunner, right? But we've never seen Shawn Porter get dropped and be actually hurt, right? We might have seen Shawn Porter get stunned in a fight, but when he got stunned, and if we seen him get hurt, he didn't get dropped. But when we seen him get dropped, he wasn't hurt. So that's a difference, because anybody can suffer a flash knockdown. It happens to the best of them. To me, I look at, after you get knocked down, how do you react? Are you hurt after you get knocked down? Do you need to hold? And we've seen Shawn Porter get knocked down, and he ain't never been hurt like that. Like, he'll get right back up, and, you know, like when Errol Spence knocked him down, it wasn't a full knockdown. His glove just hit the canvas. You know what I'm saying? Hop right back up. Come on, let's go. Then you got to go to the AB. The AB hit him with a fast flurry, ended it with an uppercut. It was some shit that Shawn Porter wasn't expecting, some shit that Shawn Porter didn't see. Dropped him real quick. He hopped back up and, you know, commenced to beating the shit out of Adrian Brunner, right? So we've never seen Shawn Porter in no danger like that. You dig what I'm saying? Now, going back to Bud Crawford, a lot of people want to make a big deal out of him, you know, maybe getting dropped by Aegis, however you want to call it. You know, I don't really put too much in it, or maybe not getting dropped. But a lot of people want to make a big deal by Bud, you know, maybe his glove touched the canvas when he fought Aegis, and then they want to make a big deal about when Bud was hurt, you know, or got stunned by Gamboa. I don't make a big deal out of that, and I don't look at that as, oh, well, he got a soft chin, because I look at how he recovers from those situations, right? You've never seen Terrence Crawford, right, get hurt or get stunned and not come back and recover. So he got dog in him. That lets you know how much a dog he has in him. He recovers very fast. So I wouldn't dare fix my mouth to say that Shawn Porter can knock out Terrence Crawford. I don't think he can. I don't think that Shawn Porter has I don't think that he has the punching power to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't, and he's not gonna be able to just go in there and bulldoze over no Terrence Crawford like you seen him get when he did got his last knockout with well, my bad. I think I left Berto out. He did, but see, if you go back to his last two knockouts, when he knocked out Paulie Malignaggi and Berto, he just bullied them motherfuckers into submission. That's really what he did. You know what I'm saying? He just bulldozed them and bullied them into submission. You know what I'm saying? But Terrence Crawford is not that type of opponent. So I look at it as a dog fight. I look at it as going 12 rounds. And I look at Terrence Crawford, you know, winning that fight. And the main reason why I think that Terrence Crawford wins that fight is because I think his skills will just, at the end of the day, is going to be better than I think his skills are going to be better than Shawn Porter's. And I think that, you know, Shawn Porter don't have enough power to get him up out of there. Now, I think it's a very close fight. I think that is a very close fight. And I think that Shawn Porter gives Crawford a whole lot of problems. And it is a fight that Shawn Porter can win, right? I favor Terrence Crawford, but that's a fight that Shawn Porter can win. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. And y'all, if y'all just getting in the building, if you ain't hit the like button yet, make sure y'all hit that like button. I'm gonna get to some more of y'all comments, but before, let me say what's happening to my man Money Brown TV off in the building with the grand entrance.
What's going down, bro? What's going down? What's going down,
man?
What's going down with the chat, man? I see Kurt in the chat. Robert Drummond, my brother Omega.
Yes, sir. And salute to my man Valentine off in that super chat. I almost saw, hey man, I almost pulled the singing OG and sang that joint. He say salute, and we know it's man down, big fish strap season zone. Man, he said sick of this bud baby cup sipping nigga. Man, what's good with you? And like I said, appreciate the super chat, Valentine. Let me get through some of these comments, and then I'm gonna go ahead and let you cook, man. I was just going over, some of the stuff from last night. Told everybody to make sure that they go subscribe to your channel and make sure they check out that interview last night that we did with Ebo Spence, Errol Spence's sister. And like once again, that money in here, once again, y'all make sure if y'all haven't seen the interview, go over to Money Brown TV. Hit the subscribe button if you didn't lost your mind and ain't subscribed to the man yet. You know what I'm saying? And then make sure that you watch the interview. Let me see. Let me see what else we got up in here. Let me see. Mike Rhymes says that he fell asleep. She didn't think he didn't think that she was coming. Man, you gotta be patient. The man told you she was coming. He says, if it turns out to be war, it's going to be a short fight for Crawford because he does not have the type of chin like the man that trains with Jermall Charlo. Chino Figueroa says that fight is going to make more money than May versus Pac. You talking about Errol Spence versus Crawford? I ain't gonna say all of that. Dang, they ain't at that bracket yet, homie. They not at that bracket yet, and we in a whole different as far as boxing dollars. We not in that bracket no more. Ain't nobody came. Like I said, the game is wide open. The game is wide open. We still don't have that star that's going to have all of the attributes that Floyd Mayweather brought to the table inside and outside the ring to be able to generate that type of money yet. Mike Rhymes says Porter would not be fighting a guy with the. I read that already. I read that. Let me see what else. Let me see. Bumpy Thompson said we need that fight like yesterday. Buguna says all about the money. Need one sanctioning body. Yep. World Combat Sports. He say exactly. Talk that. Yeah. I'm gonna keep it real. Keep it 100. Kawhi Elliott says, there you go talking that boxing again. You know what I'm saying? There you go talking that boxing again. Bud haven't been tested yet. And until we won't know nothing, he said until then we won't really know nothing. Yeah. Calvin Johnson says, salute KT, money to God, family in the building. Facts. B&B Boxing News off in that super chat. What's good with it? He says, I think Terrence is afraid of Sean. EJ the big fish. Man, Terrence better step up talking about I'm gonna put you on notice. Nah, you need to be begging for that fight right now. And Stan Swift says, I'm guessing around 500 or 600K pay-per-views. Oh yeah, definitely. So if definitely, I mean, see, this is the thing, right? If ESPN and Fox promote a fight between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, if they promote it right, if they do like a kind of like an all access type of shit, right? It depends all on the promotion. If they promote it right, that fight can do over 1 million buys. If they promote it right, it just all depends what time of year and how they promote it. You feel me? Like if they do it around like a December time frame where they can promote it with the college football and things like that, that fight will do big. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean is I mean start promoting it, you know, in the college football season, right? Start promoting it months and months out, right? Promote it during college football and then have the fight somewhere in January, early February, right? Man, take advantage of the NBA and college football, right? Promote it. That fight that easily could do over $1 million. But it's all about how these fights are promoted. Another thing with Mayweather, right, and why his fights used to be so big is they promoted the shit out of his fights. He had a great promotional team around him too. You couldn't turn on the channel without seeing, Mayweather fighting such and such coming up. You've seen it all the time, right? They kept putting it in your face. They kept putting it in your face. When somebody keeps putting some shit in your face, right, you eventually gonna catch on. You're gonna catch on, right? And it's gonna make you want to watch it more and more, more and more, more and more. That's how they were able to gain fans, casual fans, right? That's how you gain a casual fan. You keep putting it in their face, even if they ain't paying attention to it. You keep putting it in their face. All of a sudden, now like, damn, fuck it. I keep seeing this, and now they can't help but to buy it. It's all about promotion. So a lot of y'all come out, such and such ain't no star, and such pay-per-view numbers only did such and this. Well, think about it. If they only promote the fight a week and a half before they fight, how many people gonna catch on and see it? How many people are gonna get interested in it? You dig what I'm saying? So it's a lot more to it. Let me see what else. Who else I got up in here? Let me see. In that super chat.
That's Coach.
Oh, Coach, what's happening, Coach? From that NO. He said Sean work rate gives Bud problems. Hey man, I feel you. I think the same thing. I think that he give Bud problems, a whole lot of problems. Like I said, I give Bud the advantage in that fight. Once it go down to the scorecards, but I think it's gonna be a close fight. It's gonna be a close fight. Stan Swish says facts, and some. He says, and some were paying to watch Floyd lose and were disappointed every time, right? But that has a lot to do with the promotion because, right, during the promotion, Floyd was gonna talk that shit and make you pay for him to see him lose. You know what I'm saying? When they did the HBO 24/7, that put a lot of a sour taste in certain people's mouths with Floyd, and he played that role like a genius. We need some shit like that to come back. It's all about the promotion. If you got two fighters in the ring like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, the rest is up to the promotional team, right? What's your take on all of that, Money?
Yeah, that's what it come down to. Like you said, he said 500 to 600. That's the least,
right?
That's the least that they do. But I mean, when you look, like I say, man, like I said last night, I feel like it's the biggest fight in boxing. You know what I mean? Even like I say, Fury and Wilder, Fury and Joshua. They got so much shit going on over there to where they don't know what the fuck will happen. But we know Americans buy $99 pay-per-views. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to the promotion company. It comes down to them talking that shit to each other, right? Which they go do. Because if that fight ever get made, bro, it's gonna be a split. And that's when you go see, the boxing at the forefront, bro. Because I know UK fans stand behind their fighters, right? I give them credit for that because they will stand behind their fighters like a motherfucker. But America is all about drama, bro. America is built on drama, and we gonna get them motherfuckers all the drama in the world. It's gonna be all the drama in the world. You gonna see all the back and forth. This person talking this shit, that person talking this shit. And everybody love good drama, and everybody want to be a part of that shit. You feel me? So, like you said, they promote that shit the right way. If they get up there and they do that press conference the way it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? Them boys going back and forth with each other. It's going to be Texas versus Omaha. They could put that bitch, the South versus the Midwest. However they want to put that bitch and start promoting that shit, it's going to catch fire really, really quick because that's the fight that everybody want to see. That's the fight that everybody want to see. And I'm talking about not just in America, all around the world. You feel me? I've seen multiple nationalities in different countries when asked what are some of the biggest fights they want to see in boxing. And Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford came out all their mouth. You know what I'm saying? So them boys, they known. You know what I'm saying? They known, but it just gonna come down to them coming to that table and getting that shit together. But for us, the fight itself, just getting away from the business side, since people hate when we talk about the business side, just for us to fight itself, hell yeah, it's one of the biggest fights in boxing. That shit it's go help boxing, bro. It's gonna help boxing because the fight gonna be a bad motherfucker. It's gonna be a bad motherfucker with Earl and Bud, assuming we get there. You feel me? Before as Sean and Bud, that's still a badass fight. Another badass fight. Top 5 welterweights taking on each other. It's nothing but fireworks. Sean Porter gonna make that shit rough and gritty, right? Bud Crawford got dogging him like you said, but he also got that. He also got that. You know what I mean? That boxing style that people love to look at as well. But with Sean Porter, neither one is knocking each other out. It's going 12 rounds. It's going 12 rounds. It's just with the Bud fanatics, like we Bud fans. Don't get me wrong. But the Bud fanatics that just go crazy and all that. Oh, he's going to knock him out. He's going to knock him out. Even when Earl was fighting Sean, I said I don't think Earl knocking out Sean. Is it a possibility that he could? Hell yeah. Main man try to suck. Let's bet on the knockout, Mike. I'm like, I'm not betting on no damn knockout. I'm not that stupid. I know how much a dog Sean got in him, right? So they wanted to put that on Earl, or Earl go knock him out. Or Earl said he was go knock him out, and Earl said this. Okay, he went out there and to knock him motherfucker out, you got to fight. Right? So is Bud Crawford go fight the fight that Earl Spence fought with Sean Porter? I highly doubt it. You feel me? I highly doubt it. Yes, we're going to get some of it in spurts, but Bud ass going to be on his legs trying to box Sean ass, trying to keep that motherfucker up off of him. And then the inside, that's not Terrence Crawford fighting the inside. That's Sean Porter fight. But Earl Spence is a dog. He can fight in the inside because Earl, that's his style of fight is in the inside. But Earl can fight from inside, outside, and in the middle. Bud shit is in the middle and the outside for real. You get Bud in the inside, especially with somebody like Sean Porter, he gonna have to show us that he can fight that style of fight. You feel me? You gonna have to show us that he can dog it out right there in the middle, just like that, toe to toe in the inside, with him not getting the reach and extension on his punches like he normally do. You feel me? Let's see if he got some short shit like Earl Spence got, which I don't think he got. You feel me? So with that being said, I think it'll be a hell of a fight. I do pick Bud to win a fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it's athleticism, man. You know, just his IQ. You know what I mean? Go 3 or 4 rounds, maybe 3, maybe 2, but it's gonna be close as fuck. Cause Sean gonna be on his ass. Sean gonna be on his ass, and it's gonna be it's gonna be hella interesting, and it's gonna show us, right? So everybody that's talking about Bud got 8 knockouts in a row, all that shit, y'all love to say that shit. It's gonna show us if he could knock out that 8 caliber fighter, right? That everybody talking about that he can knock out. Oh, he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna knock him out. Because I'm taking all bets on the knockout. If you talking about you knocking him out, let's see.
You heard me. I told Bomac put 10 up. And salute to Black Fight Fan TV. That Trill Boxing Talk. This Trill Talk like fight fan.
You feel me? What's going down, big bro?
Black.
Black. Happy birthday again, big brother.
Yeah, and happy birthday again. Much blessings to you. He say, salute to y'all, man. Don't stop grinding. The grind do not stop. He say, Mean Machine showed you what happens to Bud on the inside.
Exactly.
That's the thing. And right. And Sean Porter, he going on the inside.
Exactly. Because that's his style of fight.
On the inside.
That's his style of fight, bro. And Bud's gonna have to prove to us that he can fight that inside fight that he haven't showed us yet. You feel me? But it's gonna be one interesting ass fight. And don't get me wrong, he don't have to. He might pull some shit out the hat to where he probably do show us that he still got his legs like he used at 140 and 35. Right? Yeah. But he haven't showed us that shit at 47. BFTB made a hell of a point on that shit. You made a hell of a point on that shit, Key. And I was like, nah, man, I think he just doing that type of shit. But really looking at every fight that he had at 47, he have not been using his legs, bro.
He don't use his legs no more, dog.
Yeah. I don't know if that's because he's trying to prove that he's strong, or if the age and the weight, you know what I'm saying, make him have to sit down a little bit more, or if he just getting caught up in the knockouts himself. Who knows? But this Sean Porter fight go tell it all, though. The Sean Porter fight go tell it all. And to the ones that's out there talking about, y'all boys want to see Porter and Bud before Earl and Bud. No, the fuck we don't. If Earl and Bud can happen tomorrow, we will take it, bro. But if you're using your damn common sense and you're seeing that the shit ain't panning out, right? Why the fuck do you want us to continue to talk about it? Oh, Earl and Bud in the ring. If it's not gonna happen, we need to talk about what's next. Earl Spence is not the only motherfucker welterweight the only top welterweight at the division. He's the number 1 welterweight, but he's not the only top one where you get credit for, bro. And that's what y'all be fucking up at, because y'all want to make it like Spence that's the only fighter there for Bud to get credit for, when he got Porter, he got Danny, right? Even Mikey, you know what I'm saying? Thurman there. Who gets all his fights there, but y'all the ones that want to discredit them from Earl. Oh, Danny ain't shit. oh, Porter, this person left over, that person left over. So when Bud fight him, right, and if Bud win, right, he beat a nobody just like Earl beat a nobody. They won shit. So it don't mean shit. So it shouldn't add up to, oh, well, he beat him, so he deserved this. Nah, remember y'all said they won shit. So it shouldn't add up to shit because he beat a nobody like Earl beat a nobody. But that's the stupid shit that they be saying because they can't get out their feelings. Like, we not that stupid. We know Porter is a fucking dog. We know Denny is a dog. Thurman is a dog. Mikey is a dog. Right? We're not taking no credit away. And that's why we say we want to see Bud in the ring with those caliber of fighters to show us that he can hang in there with and not saying hang in there because I know he can hang, but to see what his skills look like against the motherfuckers that's really on that level with him. You feel me? I don't give a fuck what none of they say. Them motherfuckers that Bud fought, can't compare them to Mikey, Sean, Danny, or whom else I say?
Shit. Mikey, Sean, Danny,
and Thurman. Yeah, Thurman.
Yeah.
You can't compare them motherfuckers to them four dudes, man. As much as y'all want to try to big up Mean Machine and make him this big ass animal and killer, oh, because we say he dropped Bud, so y'all want to put all this over here, drop everybody on the PBC side. When he fought a motherfucker on the PBC side and had a draw. You feel me? And he ain't even a top PBC dude.
You talking about you talking well shit, I think Ray Robinson was fighting with Top Rank at that time. But I mean, the fact still remains.
And he with PBC now? Ain't Ray with PBC now?
I don't know shit. I don't even remember the last time he fought. Last time I seen him fight was Josh Taylor.
Well, whomever, right? But whoever side he fought a motherfucker Ray Robinson that ain't on the level of those dudes, in my opinion. Not saying that he can't hang, but they trying to big up Mean Machine, and this ain't the knock turns Bud Crawford resume. That's why I be trying to tell them, bro. They always want to make it like we trying to shit on Bud. No, we bring these things up because y'all always trying to shit on Earl resume. Then when we start comparing this shit and start breaking shit down, then y'all don't like when the facts come out. Y'all want to, this, that, and all that shit.
And like you said, man, it's the facts. If y'all mad about some motherfucking facts, well, that's y'all problem. Y'all gonna have to take that shit up with yourself. If we speaking some facts and you can't say, well, they just making up shit, that's your problem if you mad at the facts. You know, if somebody tell me some facts about EJ or any other fighter, if it's the facts, I can't say nothing. You feel what I'm saying? You can't get mad at facts. But at the end of the day, man, like you said, man, when he step up his competition to that next level, to me, it ain't gonna be no easy fights. All of that running, you know what I'm saying? All of them dudes just folding up once he start putting that pressure on. That's over. It ain't gonna be no Kell Brook fights no more. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Y'all mean to tell me that if there was Sean Porter in the ring, right, with that little half hook jab that he landed on Kell Brook, you think Sean Porter gonna fall through the ropes like that? Come on, man.
Flat through the ropes, fuck fall. But I'm gonna wrap it up with this, key man. Look, Porter and Bud is one hell of a fight. If Bud can't get Earl next, his next fight should be Sean Porter. Period. That's the next fight he should be looking for. That's like he need that big fight. He need the marquee fight. He didn't want to say that out of his mouth. So, you know, Porter and Bud would be a hell of a fight. People will be very entertained by that shit. You know what I mean? And like I say, it'll keep that, if Earl go get that scrap from Ugas, it'll keep that play at 60-40 for me. I feel like Porter is a big of a name to keep that split at 60-40. You know what I mean? So we'll just see, bro. But Earl and Bud, hell of a fight. We'll go over 600,000 buys in my opinion because it will be promoted the right way and it's already sold. The fight already sold. With Sean and Bud, one hell of a fight, right? And Bud can go in there and shut the haters and the naysayers the fuck up. And if he knock him out, boy, listen, statement fucking made. Statement made. But go ahead, Key.
You're no better than that. You go and knock Porter out. Ain't nobody never did that before. Man, and so I mean, pretty much, you know what I'm saying. And like once again, y'all go make sure y'all go to Money Brown TV and check that interview we did last night with Errol Spence's sister, Evo Spence. If y'all ain't checked it out yet. Now, next thing I want to talk about is actually, you know, today on Trio Boxing Talk, Black, you know what I'm saying, he brought this to my attention. You know, Devin Haney and Lomachenko, you know, they back at it again, right? So I guess, you know, Devin and Bill, Team Haney, they came out and they had said that they sent an offer out to Vasyl Lomachenko, a contract, or offer, whatever it was, right? And they saying that they sent it out. So Lomachenko, he comes out, he puts a message out telling Devin Haney and Bill and them, like, hey, stop lying. You haven't sent me no contract. And if you did, you need to send a real one, send a real one out. Send me a real offer. I'm right here, I'm ready, and I'm waiting, right? So it's like, man, what happened in this situation? What really happened in this situation? So, Black, what he did is he got Bill Haney, what I'm saying? Because Bill Haney, he gonna pop up, what I'm saying? He gonna let you know what it is. So he got Bill Haney, on the show. And he asked Bill Haney, did you send Vasyl Lomachenko, did you send them a contract? Did you send them out a offer, a contract, And Bill Haney, he says, well, first he gets the show and he showed some text messages, right? He showed some text messages where he sent text, right, to Aegis, what's his name? Aegis Clemens or what?
Yeah,
Vasyl Lomachenko's manager, right?
The manager, yeah.
So he show everybody that's watching the show, he show on his phone to where he sends an offer to Aegis, right? He tells Aegis, look, what's up? We want to fight. Y'all saying you want to fight, whatever. Shit. I think he said he offered him, 7 figures, a nice offer, right? He said that he texted him, he sent it, or whatever. And he showed that he didn't get no response back from Aegis, right? So they going back and forth, and Black is like, look, did you send them a contract? Did you send them an offer? So, and I'm gonna let y'all, I'm gonna let y'all decide, and I'm gonna play it for y'all. I'm gonna play Trill Boxing Talk. If y'all ain't seen it yet, I'm gonna play it for y'all, and then y'all can decide for yourself. This is what Bill Haney says, and this is when Black asked him. So if y'all can listen, hold on. Let me turn it up. Let me turn the volume up, and then we gonna cook on it.
Great time to be in the Devin Haney business for sure.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about Lomachenko saying that Devin Haney is the real WBC champion? He said that he gave his build up, and Devin got the real WBC championship. And
hold on.
Take that shit there, Black. Take that shit there, Black.
I mean, I'm just telling the man said.
Hold on. I think I'm back too far. Hold on, y'all. Let me see.
That was an interesting topic, though. Very interesting. Lomachenko said that.
Yeah, let me hold on.
And while I keep looking for it, that's just.
Bob Arum could want to come up front and say he wants to be in the Devin Haney business.
Okay, here we go.
Great time to be in the Devin Haney business for sure.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about Lomachenko saying that?
Nah, that ain't it.
Right, I'm like, man, that's the same.
Champion, he said that he gave his build up.
I thought hold on. Go ahead and cook. I'm gonna find it for y'all real quick.
Lomachenko saying what he's saying, y'all. You feel me? Lomachenko saying what he's saying, that Devin Haney has the real scrap, should solidify and kill all fucking noise that Teofimo is the undisputed champion. And this is no knock on Teofimo. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, they know for a fact that this problem was going to come up. Teo know that this was going to be a big problem because he would never mention Devin Haney name in a post fight. You feel me? So now, and we got some cats out there saying, throw the franchise title away, that ride for Teofimo, right? Throw it away. They don't acknowledge the franchise anymore. So Teofimo is a 3-belt holder now. But in that same sense, you can't say that he's undisputed. You can't try to say, yeah, I'm gonna remember him as being undisputed, but now he's a 3-belt holder. No, it don't work that way, son. It don't work that way. But by Lomachenko coming out saying he gave up the belt, right? The man who had the belt, the man who supposed to fought, who supposed to had 3 scraps and went against 1, it's like, I really had 2. I didn't have 3, I had 2. That is no better way than that. You found the key?
Yeah, I found it. Here we go. So I'm gonna play it for y'all, and then y'all can decide, you know, what y'all think y'allself.
Well, I'm gonna go back to my question again. So, did y'all send Lomachenko an offer?
We had an offer that we presented to negotiate with Igis Klimas, and Igis Klimas told me that the fight couldn't happen because Bob wasn't gonna let it happen.
So he never actually formally received an actual offer from him.
Eddie Hearn presented an offer to Bob Arum, right? Bob Arum is not putting Lomachenko in with Devin Haney. Now, you guys want, I mean, we would, in a perfect world, you send something over, right? Then you just write it down, right? And then you send it over, right? Without negotiating. Now, if you allow Tyson Fury and you allow Anthony Joshua to negotiate, right? And you guys understand that, right? Then you would understand negotiation between Lomachenko and Devin Haney's team. You know, since, you know, because, you know, everyone thinks that, you know, that I'm just a stupid guy, right? You tell me that send over a piece of paper, send over something, right? Send over what? The business is to be negotiated. What happened before is when a fighter asks for how much money they want, right? If the fighter openly and publicly says how much money they want, then we send over an offer based on the money. Now, offer how much money for the fight, right?
So now my thing about that is, you know, I mean, I'm not no lawyer. I don't write no contracts up. I ain't never received no boxing contract. But see, my thing about because I listened carefully, and, you know, Bill Haney earlier in the interview, he said, and don't get me wrong, I think that they want all the smoke with Lomachenko, right? I think that they've been wanting to fight Lomachenko, right? But Bill Haney earlier in the interview, he said that he sent the offer over to Igis, to Klimas, right? To Klimas, however you say his name, Lomachenko's manager, right? Earlier in there, he said he sent the offer to Lomachenko's manager. He even showed where he had text Lomachenko's manager, right? And then he said Lomachenko's manager this is earlier, right? I didn't play that part. He said that Lomachenko manager responded and said, you know, you gotta send the offer to Bob, like, you know what I'm saying, like you gotta send that to Bob, right? And then later on, when Black asked him, did you send the offer? Like, did y'all send a contract? Did y'all send the offer? Then he said that you know, he said that, you know, that they gave it to Bob. That Igis said that he gave it to Bob, and then Bob said that, you know, he said no. Right, so it's kind of like, I don't know, like it wasn't all adding up, because it's like if you listen to it, I don't know, it wasn't all adding up. So that was like, to me, I still didn't get no clarification, like, because this is my thing. Yeah, Igis is the manager, but Bob is the promoter. So I don't know how they handle their business, right? I don't know if the contract has to go through Igis first, or the contract got to go with Bob first. But Vasyl Lomachenko, he comes out and he says, stop lying, with no contract sent, right? So if you serious, send a real contract to Bob Arum. So Lomachenko's telling y'all that you got to send the contract to Bob, right? Bill Haney is saying that they sent it to Igis. Igis gave it to Bob, and Bob told him no. But it was kind of like, if y'all got to go watch Trill Boxing Talk, right? And y'all can decide for yourself, because to me personally, and I'm gonna keep it 100, like, you know what I'm saying, I ain't here to break down Bill Haney and break down the negotiations, what's going down, but I'm gonna always keep it 100. Certain shit wasn't adding up to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Coach, he say that Bill explained it more on Aki. Okay, I'm gonna have to go watch that too, because like I said, certain shit wouldn't, you know. To me, I'm a straight shooter. You know what I'm saying? So when you ask me something, just give me a direct answer. You see what I'm saying? When you start going, you know, all around this and that, then I kind of get confused. Like, what's really going on? You know,
I think Bill said Eddie had sent the offer over to
or Eddie. Yeah. He said Eddie said that he sent the offer. And so that's another thing I'm gonna say, right?
Yeah.
Eddie be lying a lot. So Eddie could have told Bill and them, I sent it, right? But we already know that Eddie and motherfucking that Eddie Hearn and Bob Arum, they ain't even on good terms right now, right?
But Key, what I just heard when you just played it, it sounded like Bill said he didn't send the contract, he sent the offer with numbers first. He said he sent the offer to Eagles first, and Eagles said, well, you can't send it to me, you gotta send it to Bob. And then Eddie sent it to Bob, and Bob said no. So Bill, maybe Devin had to miss the screw. He probably said the offer, he just slipped up, said the contract. But to me, it seemed like Bill telling the truth. We just saying an offer. You're sending over offers, not contracts, or offer.
Well, Bill did, like I said, Money, Bill did show where he hit up Eagles, right? He did show the text message where he hit up Eagles, right? And he showed it. Like, he was telling them, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This, and that. We want to smoke. What's up? Like, you know. And then the last text message that Bill Haney sent Eagles, it wasn't no response. So Bill did show that. You dig what I'm saying? So like, that's why I said it's kind of like, I don't know how they do business and how the business work. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's all funny. That's why they need to, you know what I'm saying, cut that shit out and make sure that Bob Arum and motherfucking Eddie Hearn get with each other and make the fight happen. Because all that other shit is just confusion. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the two that's gonna make it happen is Bob Arum and motherfucking Eddie Hearn, right?
Yeah.
Because what's that?
Devin them got joint promotion, so they point do count as well. So
but they can't make nothing happen.
Yeah,
with
Eddie, they in it though, but
yeah,
it's just like, I know Devin got a fight coming up already, so they gotta get that out the way first. Can't overlook the already. Handle that business first. But with just what I heard, because I ain't see the true shit. I'm gonna go check it out though. But when I heard
check it out,
Bill said that he sent a offer right with numbers, so he's trying to see what the fuck the numbers is first. How much you talking about? What the fuck y'all want? You know what I mean? You say a number, then we can see what's up with the contract. But Bob not fit up. This just me and what I think. Bob not putting fucking Lomachenko on with Devin next. He can't risk Lomachenko taking back-to-back L's right now. He can't. You feel me? Not saying that he gonna lose to Devin because he got a great shot, right? So what I'm looking at is he probably got somebody in his stable already set up for the man. That's how Bob get down. He probably got somebody in his stable set up for the man already. You feel me? That's, you know what I'm saying? In-house, some shit that's gonna get his fucking confidence back up, right? Because you gotta remember, Loma was his that was his motherfucker ace in the hole. That was his ace. That's the motherfucker, like I say, he put all in the eggs in the basket on. So when he lost to Teofimo, you know, it fucked him over. And then when Loma came out and said what he said, he feel like the judge was paid off for him to lose. That kind of fucked Bob's head up as well. You feel me? Because he fucked with him heavy and shit.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, because they sent the offer or whatnot, right, to Eagles, and then Eagles gave it to, you know, Bob or whatever was supposed to happen. The thing is
Eagles never gave it to Bob. He said
the thing is like who's the A side in this situation? Because if the offer is made by if the offer is made by Team Haney in the zone, right, or Matchroom, Team Haney and Matchroom, right? Well, then that would mean that maybe are they asking, can Lomo come over there and fight? Because if that's the case, you already know Bob ain't gonna let that shit slide. Who's the A side in this situation? You dig what I'm saying? Because me is usually the one who sends the offer is probably the A side.
And if you send
even, you know what I'm saying? But I don't see Bob Arum letting Lomachenko go over to that platform and fighting.
That's what it's gonna come down to. Shit, if Bill and Eddie now sending the offer, then you know they negotiate for that shit to be on the zone. Eddie ain't sending out shit without the fight being on the zone. You know what I mean? So that's all I say.
Hey, Bill, what's good with it, Bill? Hey, come, Bill. I'm gonna drop the link, Bill.
I got him. I'm sending it to him.
Yeah. We're gonna send you the link. Hop in here and explain what's going on so you can get some more clarification on this.
Yeah, but if Eddie now sending the goddamn contract, right? You know, Eddie go negotiate for that bitch to be right on the zone. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. You know what I mean? Why would I send my money to you and then let him go over there and fight on fucking ESPN? You feel me? So it's gonna come down to what it is, but that's what I'm getting from it. Shit, it sounds like you want to get an offer first. I mean, get an understanding of what number you looking at, and then they can go about doing the contract situation. So Devin probably misspoke. I'm sending it to him though while I'm talking. Devin probably misspoke and thought, you know what I'm saying, a contract instead of saying we send terms over some shit. You know, so all that shit got to come down to Devin still got a fight coming up in the first place. So
that's I just don't. And money, like I said, I don't see Bob Arum letting Lomachenko go over there for no smoke. I really don't. That's gonna be to me. That's gonna be a problem when they do really get to negotiating, right? Because they both sound like they want to fight. I know that Devin Haney wants to fight. He been wanting to smoke with Lomachenko, right? Lomachenko now he sound like that he wants to fight with Devin Haney, but is Bob Arum gonna be a problem? Because I don't see Bob Arum letting him go on the DAZN platform. And right now, like I said, him and Eddie ain't even on good terms from the last thing I heard from that Teofimo Lopez situation. You dig what I'm saying?
Cassandra's went down, Queen. Thanks so much,
Cassandra, what's happening? So, but like I said, you know, Bill showed that he did send that he did reach out to Egas, and Egas didn't respond. You know, so like I said, I mean, it's just a whole bunch of confusion going on with that whole situation. That's why I would, you know, that's why I want to get Bill on here to break it down some more.
Bill, I sent it to your phone.
Yeah, to get some clarification, so you know he could tell you, so you can hear straight out of the man's mouth.
But yeah, though, that's what I took from this shit. So,
because when I first heard it, you know, shit, it was like I was mixed up. I'm like, okay, was it a contract? Was it a term sheet? Like, what was really going on? You know, and he could give some verification on what was really going on.
My bad. Yeah. We'll see though, man. It's gonna come down to them handling their business first. Lomachenko coming back. Like I say, Eddie got a fucking stable long as fuck. So he got somebody in there that he can put Lomachenko in there with. Like, you're not putting Lomachenko in there with Devin right away. I just don't see it happen. Not saying that Loma won't do it.
That's the fight that needs to happen though, because that's the fight that people been calling on.
Yeah, no doubt. I ain't pissed off about it. But I'm talking about Bob Arum coming from Bob. How Bob looking at it. I just don't see Bob doing it, bro. Like, I really
see him all. Like I said, I don't see Bob letting that fight go down unless Devin Haney would go over to the ESPN platform. Now, Bob Arum, you know how he do. Now, if he could get that fight on ESPN Plus and ESPN, oh yeah, he'll do it. But then you got, you know what I'm saying? So it's the business when it comes to all of that. The business is you know, that's gonna be the issue, is the business. What platforms are they gonna fight on? You know, it's a big fight though. They both can make big money. We already seen Devin getting over $3 million to fight Linares. Imagine how much he gonna pull in if they get this shit done.
Yeah, it's a big fight.
We know Lomachenko, we already know he know how to negotiate big money. So I mean, it's a big fight. Especially him coming off of L, you know, with Teofimo Lopez, everybody gonna be wanting to watch it, right?
Right.
Everybody, and especially if Devin Haney go out there and whoop Linares in devastating fashion, come on, bro, it's gonna be a big ass fight. But another thing, right? Another thing Bill was saying. Bill was like, you know, you see, they got to jumping and talking real tough after they found out that we already had another fight signed. What you think about that? Because, you know, that is crazy. You know, now we hearing this after they already know that Devin Haney got a fight signed with Linares.
Well, I don't think Lomachenko afraid to fight nobody. Just me. So I ain't go, you know, the fight got signed, sealed, and delivered. You know, could it be more on it or not like that? I don't know. But I don't think Lomachenko, just me in my opinion, You know what I mean? I like Lomachenko. I like everything about the dude. You feel me? I ain't call him no bitch or nothing like that. The fight with the fight with Teofimo, I understood it. It was the same promotion company. You know, it must have been for Undisputed until Loma dropped the scrap. You feel me? I do want to see him fight Devin, but Devin got to prove to me also that he can beat Lomachenko. But I don't think Loma afraid to fight nobody, bro. I think Loma trying to get back. Loma feeling some type of way, like Combat said in a thing. He gonna say that about T.O. because he's feeling some type of way. But nonetheless, you feel me? Nonetheless, he want to get that get back, and he do want to come back and make it a big stand. You feel me? He don't want to come back with just any type of fight. He want to come back and show that he is Lomachenko and prove that he is who he is. So people can't take shit away from him. You know what I mean? But you know, damn, coming out, jumping. You know, now that the fight is made, could be a situation. But I ain't gonna put it out there like Loma. You know, waited to Devin to sign and talk this big shit because Loma will talk that big shit anyway, and I think he'll fight anybody.
Right. So what you think about, you know, Loma saying that Devin Haney is the real WBC champion and gave Devin Haney, you know, basically, you know, let everybody know that Teofimo, that motherfucking WBC belt he got, that shit ain't real. And it's crazy to me because Lomachenko was the first one that had that franchise belt. So he's basically saying that belt don't mean shit, right? It's crazy. I respect that he did give Devin his props and let everybody know that he is the real WBC champ, right? But then it's like, if you felt that way about that title, why you ever accept that shit? It kind of made him look bad because you accepted that shit so you wouldn't have to fight Devin Haney. That's and I fuck with Loma. Like I said, I think on any given day, right? That Loma, man, he could beat any of these dudes, right?
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? On any given day, he can beat any of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? Or let me say, he have a tooth and nail fight with any of these guys, right? You can't put it past him beating any of the top guys from 130 to 135. Although I think Shakur Stevenson beats him clearly because I think it's just that stylistic matchup. But we're gonna talk about that later too. But yeah, man.
But what I think about him, you know, claiming Devin as the real WBC champion, a lot of people go, like Scotty said, a lot of people look at it as bitterness, right? Bitterness, but the facts are the facts. If you've been riding and you've been saying that franchise didn't mean shit and the WBC scrap is the real scrap, then it's go clarify what you've been saying. You feel me? Even though he coming out saying it now and waiting so long to say the shit, but I don't fuck with the franchise. Neither do you. Neither do a lot of other people. You feel me? So to me, it's just clarifying, bro. And people need to take that into consideration because it's already too many belts in boxing already, right? And it still take away from a great fucking fight with Teofimo and Devin Haney if you really want to be undisputed. Because by Teofimo saying he undisputed already, right? He's sitting out there saying he ain't got to fight Dev. I done did everything I need to do. This, that, and the third. I'm undisputed. I'm moving on to 140 to fight the winner of that undisputed champion, which I don't believe will happen, right? So it just put clarification back on the WBC, the real WBC scrap, and what we all need to be looking at as the real WBC scrap. And if T.O. want to be undisputed, he got to see Devin Haney, right? But yeah, people go look at it as, oh, it's bitterness coming from T.O. side, or he just mad because he lost, things of that nature. But people from the other side that's saying Devin is the real champ, go look at it from another way. So it's gonna be a catch-22. Either way how you look at it, he came out and said it. Whether you want to put clarification on it or not, you feel me? So I respect it. I respect it, bro. On my end, I respect it. You feel me? So at the end of the day, we'll see what T.O. got to say about it when he heard, which we know what his words gonna be. He just bitter and pissed off that he lost. But at the same time, you can kill all that noise, right? Kill all that noise and make more history by beating Devin Haney again that scrap and solidifying yourself as the real undisputed champion, bro. Because right now, you are the unified champion in my eyes. So we'll see how that play out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's just what it is, man. Now, you know, Shakur Stevenson, he had a little bit to say about that too. And I'm going to get in later on, you know, about Shakur Stevenson. He want all the smoke, but he had a little bit to say about this situation, because they asked Shakur, my man Brian Custer on the Last Stand podcast, right? Y'all go check that out. Shakur Stevenson, he did an interview recently on there, and they asked Shakur, they said, man, how you feel about a Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight? And he was like, I'm gonna keep it real. He was like, man, I'll be a little jealous though, man. He said, because I want that smoke with Lomachenko. He said, that's a fight that I want. He said, as a fan, if they do fight, I just, I'll sit back because I'm a boxing fan and I love to see it. But he said, I will be a little jealous because he said, I've been calling out Lomachenko, right? For a minute now. I've been letting it be known in public that I want Lomachenko. And he says, it's funny that, that they keep overlooking it, right? Lomachenko ain't mentioned me. He won't answer the call. He answer everybody else. But he keep trying to act like he don't hear nothing I'm saying, right? You don't hear Bob Arum say nothing about it. He said they just basically trying to keep that shit quiet. And I continue to call out Lomachenko, right? And I have noticed that, right? He been screaming Lomachenko name for a minute now. You don't hear Bob saying that, right? Talking about the fight. You don't hear Lomachenko don't answer that call. He act like he ain't heard Shakur Stevenson. And that seemed a little funny to me, right? And Shakur Stevenson goes on to say some real shit. He said, Shakur Stevenson says, it ain't no way, right? He says, it's impossible for a scary man to beat me. He said, it ain't no way that Lomachenko can beat me. He says, it's impossible. It ain't no way. He says, a scary man would never beat me. He called Lomachenko a scary man. He says because in that Teofimo Lopez fight, he says the reason he lost is because he was scared. Right? He said the reason he lost was because he was scared, and he'll never let a scared man beat him. Now, it's crazy because the scared part, I felt that too, man. I felt when he was in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, and y'all go back to the after show that we did, right? In the after show, I said that shit. I said, I think that he started feeling that power on his arms, and when he was blocking Teofimo Lopez's shot, he didn't want to go in there, right? He didn't want to feel that pressure that Teofimo Lopez was putting on him, and it kind of made him tense. Made him keep his hands in his pockets, and shit, it showed that you was nervous, that you was scared to go in there. But once he finally got that out of his system, it took him 7 rounds to do it. Then he showed the fighter that we always thought that he was, right? That we always knew that he was, right? He showed he had dog in him. But for them first 6 rounds, he was acting like he was scared. And I think that him and Shakur Stevenson is a chess match, right? But I think that Shakur Stevenson, he's the bigger fighter. I think that he can match Lomachenko's movement. I think that actually he fights mid-range a little better than Lomachenko does. And I think that that's a bad style matchup for Lomachenko. When it comes to Shakur Stevenson, Shakur is the younger fighter. He got the better defense, and I think that Shakur beats him. I picked Shakur to beat him 10 days out of 10 days of the week. What you think, Money?
Shakur been in the ring with him, man. They sparred twice.
Right.
I mean, so they know a little bit about each other and shit like that. But once again, Loma is at 135 right now. Shakur at 130. Loma trying to get his get back. He trying to get his get back. But nonetheless, they are in the same stable. They both on top rank. You feel me? So if you're going to mention, Nakatani, and going to mention all these dudes, then you got to put Shakur Stevenson name in the head because we don't know if Loma want to come back to 30 or not. You feel me? You still got to mention it out there. So looking at Shakur, has he achieved enough? Were they looking at him as, oh, would it be a big time fight with Shakur and Lomachenko right now? You know how Bob Arum look at it and shit. He probably looking at it like, oh, it's not that type of fight right now to where it's going to gross the type of money that he's looking for. Yes, it's one hell of a fight. You feel me? It's one hell of a fight. But do it put asses in the seats like they looking for? You feel me? Shakur ain't that big joy at the moment. And Lomachenko, he ain't a super joy his damn self. You know what I'm saying? So Bob probably looking at it through a money standpoint. For us, we looking at that shit as a hell of a fight. We looking at it as a hell of a fight. Devin Haney is a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Devin been out there a little bit more than Shakur. You know what I mean? Like his name out there with Bill doing what he doing and shit like that. So, and they at 135 with a scrap. So he got more connection to, now I ain't gonna say connection, more of a storyline, even though Shakur spoiled them. In the public eyes, you know what I mean? They've been seeing Devin Haney and Lomachenko go at it and shit like that. So that's the type of shit that heat up a fight that put eyes on the fight. We haven't seen Shakur come out publicly as he said he was, because I don't see Shakur on social media saying, Lomachenko, I'm going to fuck you up or come see me, things of that nature. Yes, he said some things about it on the camera and things like that, but I haven't really seen him, you know, 100% focus on Lomachenko and try to make that shit happen, or, you know, being very, very adamant, like making it his presence known that, oh, I'm fucking Lomachenko up. That's going to be the fight. You know what I'm saying? Now, I have mentioned the fight, when he say the fighters he want to fight, Lomachenko has been in the fighters. I mean, his name has been in his mouth, you know, but for as really being adamant about it, you know, I haven't really seen him that way. But it's a hell of a fight, though, man. I won't mind saying Shakur versus Lomachenko, but if you ask me who would get the fight first, I think they'd rock with Devin Haney and Lomachenko first. I think they go that way first because you know, the money that's out there with it, right? Yes, it's gonna come down to what network they fighting on, things like that. But the money that's gonna come down with it and shit like that, you know, what do Bob think about Shakur? Shakur at that level right now, if they was to fight right now, ain't no title on the line. So it's a whole lot of shit that's going on, you know, with that fight. So I don't think Shakur will get it right now, but it depends on what Loma do going forward. You know what I'm saying? And if he can keep his name relevant, if he can beat somebody like a Devin Haney, or we ain't know he ain't getting a TL rematch, or get that name out there so where he right back in the spotlight to put himself in the limelight to make that shit a little hotter, then I probably can see them talking about that bitch. But right now, Bob figuring out a way to get Loma back in that spotlight and get him in that spotlight big time. You feel me? And Loma trying to get back in that spotlight big time, you know? So I don't see it happening no time soon. One hell of a fight. One hell of a fight. You feel me? And yes, I will pick Shakur to beat him, but he have to show me that he can beat him as well. You know what I'm saying? I think it's one hell of a fight, though.
Man, that fight ain't finna happen no time soon, like you said, man. Motherfucking Shakur Stevenson, he said that, you know, he didn't even ask, he's asked Bob directly, like, what's happening? Like, what's up? What's up with Lomachenko? And he said that Lomachenko saying that he not going back down to 130, that he wants to stay at 135. And he said it's like, man, they, you know, he looking at that shit crazy. He like, because 135 is his best division. I mean, 130 is his best division. He says, you know, 130 is where Lomachenko put in all the work at, you know. But he not going back down. He ain't going back down. Like you said, he looking to get his get back at 135. I don't know who he gonna get it against, because Teofimo Lopez made it clear he ain't never fighting him again. So that ain't gonna happen. So I did hear a Nakatani. See, that's probably the fight that Bob Arum want for Lomachenko. He probably got it set up to where he know that he gonna have him and Nakatani fight next. That's what I'm seeing. You see what I'm saying? They both top ranked fighters, and you already know how Bob get down. He don't want to split that bag with nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So he can keep it in-house. That's exactly what he gonna do. And he do got some fighters in-house, like Nakatani, that he could, you know, put Lomachenko up against. And don't be surprised if he fuck around and put Lomachenko in the ring against Felix Verdejo. They both coming off of L's. Y'all remember that was the fight that you know, he was trying to make. See, Bob Arum thought that Felix Verdejo was gonna beat Nakatani. So Bob Arum was real adamant. He was trying to for a minute he was trying to get the Lomachenko and Felix Verdejo fight. That fell out. So then I think what he was trying to get after, see, if Felix Verdejo had got the win against Nakatani, and then Lomachenko had to beat Teofimo Lopez, that was the fight that was the next fight that Bob Arum was gonna put on, because he was already out talking about it, right? But both of them motherfuckers lost. Both of them lost. And that ruined that plan for old Bob. You know what I'm saying? Both of them lost. If we ain't never, you ever thought about that? Because you remember that money when he was coming out talking about Felix Verdejo and Lomachenko fighting?
Yeah, they fought in the amateurs. Yeah, I remember that yesterday. Yeah, that's what he was building up.
He was gonna try to build up, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. You ever thought about both of them motherfuckers lost?
Yeah, that was the fight that he wanted.
Yep, all his plans fell through when that shit happened. But yeah, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if he still try to put that shit on. You know, if the Nakatani fight don't come through, you don't be surprised if they dig old Felix Verdejo out the grave again and try to put him in there with Lomachenko. You know, so Lomachenko could look spectacular coming back. But to me, really, I think Lomachenko. It's smoke at 130. I think Lomachenko can beat Oscar Valdez. I think he'll whoop Berchelt.
Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At 130, he'll hold different animal. Them dudes is just, you know, cats like Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney, and you know, he got the skills to keep up with him, but they're a lot bigger than him. But hey, we gonna see. Man, what happened to Bill?
Shit, I don't know. I sent him the links, bro.
Okay, yeah. Like I said, I wanted to get him up in here so he could clarify, put more clarity to, you know, the whole thing, man. Did you see that fight between Devin Haney and Lomachenko actually going down though?
You see it happening. No, like I say, Devin got a fight coming up right now. I don't know if Loma coming right back, getting in the ring. Like I said, I could see Loma getting him somebody else in before that fight. You feel me? Could it happen next? It's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Here go Bill right here. Here go Bill right here.
All right.
Bill, what's happening with it?
Absolutely, man. You know what I'm saying? Always, hold on. Always, man. It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure. You know what I mean? Thank you for having me. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Bill, come on down. Bill, come on down.
Hey, money.
Bill, give us some clarifications of what happened, what went down with the whole situation with, you know, the offer that was sent to Aegis or Top Rank. Just break that down for us.
Okay, so first of all, what everyone needs to understand, you know, I've been talking to Bob Arum on numerous times. Everywhere Bob Arum pull up, you know what I mean, I'm on his bumper. You know what I'm saying? About making these fights. Now, when you talk about Devin Haney and you talk about us doing the co-promotional situation with no other than Eddie Hearn, right? You talk about the legendary time in Dallas where Bob Arum said that we signed with the wrong guy. When he said we signed we signed on the wrong side of the street, I already knew then, and I knew a long time since Devin has been an amateur, that Bob Arum wants to be in the Devin Haney business. He thinks the world of Devin Haney as a fighter, and he shows the respect in the sense of no matter what those guys say, he will not put him in there with Devin. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I thought that, you know, when we did the partnership with Eddie Hearn, that would offer some kind of incentive for Devin Haney and one of the fighters, whether it be Lomachenko, because Lomachenko was the fighter that he was when we did the deal. You know, when we did the deal, we were doing the deal based on getting Luke Campbell and that vacant belt. So what happened was that Lomachenko came in and Bob Arum they came in a petition to fight Luke Campbell. So they took Luke Campbell, you know what I mean, away from us, where we thought that would be the name that we wanted on the resume, right? So we moved along, right? So then we beat Zaur Abdullayev, the number one ranked fighter in the WBC, on the WBC side, right? And when we talk about, now let's talk about the side of the WBC. the side that had Teofimo Lopez, Javier Fortuna, right? You talk about Tank Davis being put at number 1 in the WBC as well, right? So when you talk about the opportunities have been there, right? The fighters show more respect than actually the fans show, right? Because the fans don't understand this, right? They cannot believe that it's a 22-year-old fighter that brings this kind of, this kind of, you'd say this kind of fear, puts this kind of fear in the fighters, not to necessarily get knocked out, but embarrassed. Embarrassed is even worse. You know what I'm saying? Right? When you just have to constantly take punishment, right? And Devin puts on punishment, and he has the kind of sting and the kind of buzz that you don't just run up in there. So let's fast forward to Devin looking to fight against Lomachenko, where Lomachenko took 1 year off. He took a total year off to fight Teofimo Lopez, right? And he came out and said that Devin Haney has his belt. He has the WBC belt, the belt that's the real world champion, right? So when we talk about Devin, and we talk about him actually being on Lomachenko's neck, we'll talk about he's been on there for, let me see, hold on. Let me see. Because we got to keep this shit 100 now. If we don't do nothing else,
right,
we got to keep it 100.
That's what we do.
Okay, so we talk about this shit was starting since 2019. Let's fight. I heard Lopez is trying to back out of the fight with Loma Haney. Loma and Haney will generate millions. I don't care who it will be on October 3rd. Contact my manager. He will help you. I need you all, but in turn, boom, Devin liked it. Devin hitting back, learning Lomachenko versus Haney, pay-per-view money, right? Then you hear that it has resumed back on August the 6th. Where
what year is this, Bill?
That's August the 6th is last year, 2020. So you have Devin reaching out in 2019. You have him again reaching out in August the 6th of 2020, right?
Right.
Okay. So then you have August 7th. He said, I'll keep it in mind, right? Now, the key to this is contact my manager. He will help you. I need you all. Boom. No, so let's fast forward.
Oh, okay. Now I see. I see where you're going, Bill.
Hold on. Here's the manager. Now, I've been in touch with the manager since February 2019, where he says, it's Aegis. Just got your message to call you. Call me when you can. So I've been calling the manager since then. So we stayed on point. We talked, right? Now this is here, March the 3rd. Good morning, Aegis. Give Bill Haney a call when time permits. Looks like something special just happened between our two great fighters, meaning they were talking on the internet. Nope, it wasn't us. They were talking, right? And him. Okay, boom, no response. I said, good morning, Aegis. I hope all is well. Just as I have always discussed with you before, Loma versus Haney is something special. I hear Loma is now ready for the fight with Devin in early May. Please respond when time permits. We have an offer per Matchroom DAZN. Now,
right.
Now here we go.
Okay, now see, now that made a lot of more clarification, because now I seen where he told you to contact his manager.
Okay,
right?
Bingo.
But let Bill finish breaking it down.
Bingo Long and the Traveling All-Stars. You dig? So he tells me to contact his manager, right? He told Devin, contact his manager, not contact Top Rank, right? I've talked to Bob Arum. On Barbershop Conversations, and what Bob had said was have Eddie call me, right? I'm like, have Eddie call you. Now he says talk to his manager. So, and this was the first time that he's openly saying, right, that he now wants to fight, and he's ready to fight in May on Devin's date, not his date. So I did the liberty of talking to the manager, right? And when I talked to the manager told me to talk to Bob. He says, you got to get Bob to do it because Bob has an exclusive with him to fight on ESPN. So it will be up to Bob to make it happen, which we understand that we knew that you have an exclusive with him. But when you come to an agreement with your promoter can then say if he wants to let you go or not, right?
Right.
When you talk about Bob, when that happened, Bob then let me see, where can I get that at? Bob responded when the reporter asked him, hey, have you heard about what's going on with Twitter with Devin and Loma? He says, oh yeah, that's a fight that we would like to make. That's a great fight. And we hear that Devin is out of his contract in one more fight. I want to put the fight on, but I want to put it on after that, right? Now, my thing is you've never said that Earl Spence has to be out of a contract to put a fight on. You never said Anthony Joshua has to be. You never said Anthony Corolla had to be out of a contract. You never said Maurice Hooker had to be out of a contract, right? So if Devin has the belt now and the opportunity is now, then Bob Arum should negotiate it. Or Lomachenko then said it's up to the promoters. So if it's up to the promoters, what are you doing talking, my man? What are you talking about if it's up to the promoters, right? We thought that it was up to you. We thought that you had just had a talk with Bob Arum, right? When you went on social media and said that you're ready, right? Because we knew how Bob Arum felt. We knew that Bob Arum didn't have the confidence to send none of those fighters over there to Devin or let Devin come over there and go back. Now, see, it's a thing where we could have went over there, came back with the belt, or they could have came over here and came back with the belt. We was ready at every opportunity, both opportunities. But when you talk about Bob Arum, Hall of Fame promoter, a promoter that knows the business, knows the pulse of the people, and knows what the people want, everybody is clamoring for the fight, then why don't you hear him saying the fight can happen now? He said it can happen, but he said it can happen when he's in the Devin Haney business.
Let me ask you something, Bill. Do you think because he know Devin contract coming up, he want to try to make a push to sign Devin? So just in case if Devin beat Lomachenko, everything's still on top ringside?
Well, I mean, like I said, I want everybody to be interested in Devin. You know what I mean? I want him to push for him, but at the same time, I don't want to handicap our situation, or I don't want us to say that we're undermining delivering the best fight that can possibly happen as a co-promoter, right? You don't go undermine them and say, okay, well, I want a smaller fight just so I can sneak off in the sunset and do another bigger fight with Bob Arum, right? That's not what you do. What you do as a co-promoter or a promoter, you try to do your best to deliver the best fight available for the network to generate the buzz and draw subscriptions. You see what I'm saying? So each and every time that we've been in a position as promoters, now you got to understand, a fighter and a promoter is different, right? Once the fighter is told something, right, it's bond. They can't do nothing. They can't think about nothing. No, none of that. Devin, as a promoter, he knows, okay, is this shit real? Is it not real? You know what I mean? What's going on, right? All the behind the scenes of the behind the scenes. And when you talk about Loma, after Loma found out that the Linares contract was finalized, and he says that on the thing, then he reached out. So why are you going to reach right out and ask for a contract to be sent over then? Why did it wait so long? Why did not your manager reach back and say, you know what I mean? I've been trying to talk to him. Why isn't your promoter saying, right, I'm also trying to talk to him? Why is not your promoter saying that we're trying to do everything to make this fight happen now because it's the best opportunity to get Vasyl Lomachenko back on board, to get his belt? He said that it was his belt, right? He said Devin is the real WBC champion and has his belt. So if you knew that and you knew it was the real belt, why didn't you fight him in the whole year that you had? Why do you go around and tell everybody that we ain't fought nobody when we got your belt and you had a year? You had a year to fight him, right? So if he wanted to fight and he thought that it was sweet, there would be no Devin Haney. There would be no WBC. There would be no WBC champion. There would be no Linares. There would be no $3 million talks and none of that shit. Period.
Man, I feel you, man. You gave a whole lot of clarification. That's why it's always best to hear from the man's mouth himself. Now, me, I don't think that Bob gonna let it go down. And I know that
Well,
Bob
it's the
ain't
reason.
gonna
No. What everyone needs to say is that Vasyl Lomachenko and Bob collectively picked on my good brother over there in Baltimore, Tank Davis. Picked on him, picked on Floyd, and said Floyd is a smart man. Floyd knows boxing, and he's not going to put him in there. He's not going to do it. So you went and tried to get him. Now, let me tell you after this, though, is when I went on Fred, and they said, who's next for Teofimo? He said he was looking to make a fight happen with Ryan Garcia, and he was looking to make a fight happen with Gervonta Davis. So they never had to do Kambosos. Now, let me tell you. So while he's trying to do, while Bob Arum is trying to do, looking for Ryan Garcia and trying to make the big fight for the money and all the stuff, he's colluding with Kambosos. Now, we knew that's an option, but for Bob Arum, that's the last option because Bob Arum described Kambosos as not an elite fight. He said that it's not an elite fight like Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, or that of the above. So come on, my man. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know, come on. I'm just saying in general, not to per se you, right?
Yeah, right.
But we can no longer let these people piss on top of our head and tell us that it's raining.
I mean, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I think that Lomachenko would fight him, but like I said, I think at the end of the day, I don't see no way that they'll let Lomachenko go to the zone or match him.
He had a year. So wait a minute. So we have the real belt. He just said that, but he's never said nothing in one whole year.
But see, he didn't took that L now. Now he's feeling some type of way.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, all right, I'm feeling some type of way. Okay, yeah, we feeling some type of way too. Okay,
I know. I mean, it ain't no question that y'all want to fight, Bill.
What I'm saying is, but we feeling some type of way too.
I mean, we all know y'all want to smoke with everybody. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the question. That's not no question. And if anybody questioned that, y'all want to smoke with everybody. But I'm saying right now, I believe that if the money was right, that Vasyl Lomachenko would take the fight. But I don't believe that.
But you're talking about you believe if the money was right, we was coming up the ladder, and it didn't matter about the money.
Man,
it didn't matter about the money.
Wait a minute. I look at it like this, bro. I look at Bob Arum looking at that shit, and he know if Loma take them 2 L's back in a row, that shit is just gonna fuck him up. He got the fighters in his stable that he already looking at the place in there with Lomachenko. And Bill, you know that for the fact because, like you say, when you was on Fred with him, you asked them, will Devin be the third wheel if you can't get fucking Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis? And he said, yeah. And he never even reached out to you to even talk about Teofimo and Devin. So now that we're looking at him and you got Loma right there, and who knows whatever the fuck him and Loma got going on now after Loma said what he said about him. He looking at Nakatani where he already placed the fight saying Nakatani might be Lomachenko next fight. So Bob looking at that in-house right now, and he's looking at trying to build Lomachenko motherfucking confidence back up. No matter what we say, he's trying to get the confidence back up for Lomachenko right before he put him in that ring with a Devin Haney or somebody like that. So Bob looking at the in-house right now. When I look at it, I see Bob trying to make a push for Devin Haney, right? Even though you're saying it's the best fight out there, we can make this happen, this, that, and the third. Bob looking at an opportunity for Bob. Regardless of Lomachenko, he's saying he wants to fight and all that shit. Don't nothing move unless Bob Arum say that shit move. So
that's
Bob,
what I'm saying, money.
Bob, yeah, he probably want to push for Devin Haney just in case.
Money. You see what I got on here?
What I'm saying.
You see what I got on here?
Devin Haney, hold it up a little bit. Devin Haney is certainly a fight which all involved wish to have in front of a large live audience. Ryan Garcia has officially petitioned to one fight before facing Haney with the hopes the circumstance regarding live gate will improve in the coming months. Okay, so is that Ryan Garcia saying he's willing to fight Devin after he get one fight in?
Absolutely. So the thing about it is we flew to Texas. He fought against an eliminator. He fought against a fighter that everyone says, okay, you got a bigger name than Devin. So guess what we did, right? When he says he's not going to fight, we want to fight Linares, the dude that beat Luke Campbell, the dude that then sat Lomachenko down on his ass. You know what I mean? The only man to sit him down, right? Okay.
Who was in place for Ryan Garcia before Luke Campbell?
Right. Who wanted to fight? Yep. Who wanted to fight him? Right. Who wanted to fight? He was good. He was good enough. He was good enough. He wanted. Jorge Linares wanted to fight all of them. So Jorge Linares raised his hand, and Jorge Linares says, and on more than one occasion, he said, "Have the contract came over." So we take Jorge Linares serious. You know what I'm saying? And then Lomachenko came out. And then Lomachenko said, I checked with Jorge Linares' manager, and you know what I mean, it's signed. So wait a minute. So you checking with Jorge Linares' manager, but you're not checking with Bob Arum. You talking about Devin Haney as a coward. You talk about Devin Haney as lying. But Bob Arum just said that he was willing to fight it after. Well, so why would you consider, would you consider about that that's different? Everybody else, it was okay for you to fight everybody else, but with Devin, he wants Devin over there with him, and then he'll make the fight. Now,
exactly. That's what he wants.
So Bill, so what you saying is you think that motherfucking Lomachenko, he just bluffing. That's basically what you think that Lomachenko bluffing.
Listen, bro, he already had an opportunity when he petitioned to fight Luke Campbell for the belt. When the belt was vacant.
You're right.
Devin was already there. Devin has already had a profile, right? People already know him. He's already, you know what I mean? He said he wanted to fight the great Floyd Mayweather, was his dream fight. Devin resembles Floyd in a lot of ways. So he never said nothing, bro. He never said nothing, but everybody says, okay, well, since he done lost, he has what's name. So, okay, as soon as you lost, why you didn't say nothing? Why did you have to say something then when Devin said, as far as he said, he's awful quiet?
I mean,
so
shit.
He talked shit. He talked shit to him, and then he talked shit back. But then you said, talk to your manager. Well, when we talked to your manager, what did your manager do? He said, go talk to Bob. Why y'all didn't already talk to Bob? Why y'all didn't already work that shit out with Bob? Right.
Why you ain't went to Bob and said, look, give me the Devin Haney fight. That's the fight I want next.
We went to Eddie.
Right. Okay. I mean,
but what I'm saying is, so while we went to Eddie, Bob shoots the shot. He shoots the shot about working with him in Top Rank, which I'm saying is you don't then come back and say, you know, that's a bad thing, right? We're talking about when we go into our contract year where we're negotiating, right? We want everyone to be interested, right?
Right.
We don't want to, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to that, right? But if Devin fights Loma, or if Devin fights Linares, right? If he had fought one of them, then we would have even more leverage, whether it be talking to Bob on the next fight anyway. You see what I'm saying? So it's about bringing the best fight available for Devin to develop more and get ready for a real fight. Get ready for an even bigger fight where he doesn't have the advantages that he has. We're very confident in the fight with Lomachenko, based on Lomachenko has some advantages and we have some big advantages. One day we'll go into a fight that size might not be the advantage that we have, nor experience might not be. We might only have a skill set. You see what I'm saying? So these kind of fights, right? Whether it be Linares, whether it be Fortuna, whether it be Lomachenko, continues to prepare Devin's development. And it's me as you know, in a position for him. That's all that I try to do, is to get him better and better and better, where he can bring out more out the toolbox.
Yeah, I look at it like this: Linares is next, right? That's all I give a fuck about. I ain't looking no further. Like, okay, we can talk about Lomachenko next and things of that nature. Still, Linares is next. Regardless if people feel like, oh, Devin go in there and beat him, that fight's done, deal, and sealed, and all that shit. That's still a whole fight that got to happen. You feel me?
Absolutely.
So when that's over with, negotiation can still come back with each other. Which I'm looking at Loma. That's what I look at Loma and say: do you want to take the L to motherfucking Teofimo? Have some type of surgery or some shit after that? After that shit, then go get your ass in the ring with Devin next after a Linares fight, right? Assuming Devin get past Linares and knowing, like I say, no matter what nobody say, that's going to be experience for Devin Haney. Linares is a hell of a boxer, and Devin he gonna take something from that fight, knowing that he fought Lomachenko, because when you look at the Linares and Lomachenko fight, they kind of fought at the same pace. They kind of fought similar. For as Loma just used angles, right? And Linares was just using his coming forward, but using his IQ. So Devin gonna take some out of that fight. Do Lomachenko really want to get his ass in that ring next with a Devin Haney, or do you want to get in there and get his ass now with somebody else where he can get his feet wet a little bit, then get his ass now with Devin Haney? Because that's how I look at it. And Bob Arum looking at it the same way, but Bob Arum looking at it knowing, like you say, y'all contract up. So why not try to make a push for it? Put everything over on top rank. If just saying, not saying y'all going to sign with him or none of that shit. Just in case he do throw it off out there, and y'all be like, you know what, that shit sound good. Have the whole show on top rank on ESPN, wherever the fuck they put it at. You feel me? And that way, Bob Arum, like you said, is in the Devin Haney business and a Lomachenko business. And either way, Bob Arum is winning. You feel me? Because if you put Lomachenko in that ring and Devin Haney beat Lomachenko, you know what that does for Devin Haney, and what does it does for Lomachenko. You know what I mean? It'd probably be the end of it. I ain't gonna say it'd be the end, but fans nowadays, they fickle, man. You know what I'm saying? Lomachenko, he out there for a skill set for us, the hardcores. Devin going there and beat Lomachenko ass, and if he beat him more convincingly than Teofimo beat him, it put Devin on that big ass pedestal, but it still dropped Lomachenko, and that does shit for Bob Arum. That does nothing for him. So Bob Arum will always make sure he put himself in a position to win, and I don't knock the man. You feel me? It's business at the end of the day. I don't knock him. You feel me? But I understand what you're saying too. Why do we got to jump through hoops and wait to do all this shit to fight Loma when he's available to fight everybody else? But that's just how the game go, man. Business. I mean, boxing is a shaky business, and promoters always want to put themselves in position to win, especially a promoter like Bob Arum, who been in this shit for so long and seen so many styles and understand the game. You understand? You know what Devin Haney can be in that ring if he get that Lomachenko fight and he beat his ass. You know what level that put him on. You feel me? So he's not gonna put himself in a position where he just take a fucking loss. All he been talking about is taking losses. Shit. So at the end of the day, he don't want to continue to take too many losses down on that shit. And Lori, what's going down, Queen? How you doing? You feel me? So that's how.
Lori, salute Lori. I ain't even see her in here.
That's
what's happening with you, Lori?
Okay.
Bill, let me ask you this, man. Y'all got Linares coming up next. When is that? Is that in June, April?
Yeah, that's May.
In May. Okay, so y'all got Linares coming up in May. How many times are y'all trying to get it in this year? Realistically, how many times y'all think you think y'all gonna fight?
May, and then we ready in like September, right? We ready in like September for what might be, you know what I mean? It should be a fight for all the belts, because I mean I think old boy goes in June. You see what I'm saying? So that gives him June, July, August, September. If he want to get back in there, we give him a little bit of time. You see what I'm saying? And make it happen.
Right. I mean, shit. Well, I mean, this Triller thing. What you think about Triller so far? Could you see y'all fighting over there on Triller?
Man, I told you guys that we do good business. We came into it knowing that what we signed, we agreed to. We didn't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't had to cross nobody. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But do what we signed to do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Triller, you know what I'm saying, for being a new company on the board that's obviously creating more momentum in boxing. It creates an opportunity for it to be another side. But when you talk about putting on the big fights right now and the best fights, I mean, shit, the zone is putting them on, right? You see that, Eddie Hearn, who's, you know what I mean, he's doing a great job bringing the money to the table and seducing fighters that either they really want to fight or they don't.
I look at it like this, man. With Triller is throwing events with Mike Tyson and shit like that. They not, to me, they not in the boxing business for us. That I feel like they see some shit and they need things on the undercard. If it's in that round, then they'll fuck around and put the money up for the shit. But I don't see them being like in the boxing business for us, being a big powerhouse network that want to take on Teofimo and Devin Haney. Not saying that it can't like that, but for some shit like that, Bob Arum ain't finna let too many of that shit happen like that. Like T.O. not finna control his career to the point to where every fight going to purse bid and Triller is able to do this and do that. It ain't finna go that far, bro. It ain't finna go that far, especially with a Devin Haney and a Teofimo Lopez. So when you talking about a T.O. and a Cambosis, how you pronounce the man's name? You feel me? That shit, Bob put his bid in on that shit. It is what it is. With a Devin and a T.O., like I say, that's the real undisputed fight. He gonna make sure he get his hands in on that shit.
Money.
Yeah, he ain't
This
gonna
is why I said this money because Teofimo Lopez, he been repping Triller real hard, and he said he ain't fighting no for top rank no more. He said he will not fight for top rank no more.
Well, we'll see about that.
Whatever he got going on, that's, you know what I'm saying. We can't say that, you know, we can't act like his next fight gonna be with top rank after this Kambosos, because it might not. I don't know what they got going on. He says Haney has petitioned WBC to have Fortuna fight him, not Campbell. Yeah, I remember.
You see that date? You see that date?
Yeah, April 6, 2020. Yep, I remember that. I remember that. And then Fortuna and them, they backed out. They didn't want that smoke. Now they coming and saying Fortuna, and let's get to Fortuna, because now they coming and they saying they want the smoke. I seen the interview. I mean, I seen when you was over there on the Boxing Voice, and you and Samson's promotion was both on there, and y'all seemed like y'all had agreed that, you know, that was the fight that was gonna happen next. And then what happened with that? That's what I really been wanting to ask you, because it seemed like that y'all had a mutual.
They popped out. They came out after we were talking with Jorge Linares, man.
Okay.
I told you. I knew that fight wasn't happening, bro. I told you when Bill said that shit, it's gonna be either Linares or it's gonna be fucking Javier. The talks was already with Linares. Now I ain't see nothing bagging down from that talk, bro. So I ain't even trip off that fight. But my thing is, Loma just put a whole lot of A-side on Devin Haney by saying he got that real scrap. You feel me? He just put a whole lot of A-side on him by saying that's the scrap he want and that's the real scrap. So if they time about fighting, you know, the offer has to come from, in my opinion, the offer has to come from the zone way. You feel me? The offer has to come from the zone way. You know, so to see what they looking for to make that fight happen, that's what it's gonna come down to. But I just don't see Lomachenko sitting all the way out to September, right? Knowing he just haven't fought. And when did him Tio fought last year, right? I don't see him sitting all the way out, man, and jumping in that ring with no damn Devin Haney right there without getting his feet wet with somebody else. You know what I mean? And I think of him as one hell of a fight. I'm not saying he can't do it. No, I just don't see it. With the Linares situation, bro, is one hell of a fight. That's the fight for Devin Haney right now. That's the fight Devin Haney need to be focusing on, right? Get that shit out the way. Then is what's next after that. All right, to go put some shit together, be in talks with the next fight, but that's the next fight. And with Lomachenko, all he can do is wait and see how his career play out, man. Every man is control of their own destiny with their career. But what I want to talk about Teofimo and the Bob Arum shit, he can say that he ain't gonna fight on top rank again, and he can say all this shit. We don't know what his contract looking like with Bob Arum. You feel me? Bob Arum ain't gonna have himself in a position to where, you know, he can come out and this boy can just say what he want and get fucked over like that. So we'll see how that play out. You know what I mean? Like I say, after the Triller situation, right? We'll see what it do for Teofimo. You understand what I'm saying? We'll see what it do for him. And after that, then we'll see what's going on with him and Bob Arum. Because you got to bring his ass back to top rank regardless of anything you say. You feel me? Regardless of anything you say, you got to come back to top rank. And then we'll see how that shit play out. You feel me? Do we got enough money like Mikey Garcia to sit his ass out and go through the courtrooms like Mikey Garcia did? Well, we'll just see. We'll just see. Did they make investments like Mikey Garcia made? We'll just see. So let's see if that 3.1 or whatever, no, I ain't counting man pockets, whatever he got. Let's see if that 3.1 can hold him over, you know, until that shit happens.
Luke Campbell versus Lomachenko, right? Now, we can read this. Despite reports that Luke Campbell and Devin Haney were all but set to fight for the WBC vacant lightweight title, the sanctioned body announced today that they have accepted a petition from WBO WBA champion Vasyl Lomachenko to face Campbell for the belt. Haney has been ordered to take part in a four-man tournament with Javier Fortuna, Zairo Abdullaev, and Teofimo Lopez to determine the winner's next mandatory. Now, do we need to go any further with that? Because Devin, wait a minute, Devin stayed in the tournament and Devin beat this guy. What Zairo Abdullaev?
Right.
We beat that guy. We beat that guy.
Hey, we ain't forgot. We ain't forgot. We got on his head about that shit. We ain't forgot about none of that. You know what I'm saying? Bill, coach, And salute to Lori. Salute to you, Lori. Appreciate the super chat. She say Lomo is scared of Devin.
Man, listen. I ain't even going. You know what I'm saying? Hold nobody. You know what I'm saying? On the what's the name? I know that we've been in the opportunity. We've been trying to make these motherfucking fights happen, and they come and call us cowards. I'm saying, bro, how you saying that the motherfucker's a coward when we went in the tournament knowing, okay, to be faced the winner. Now, that's what it says. Now, they come back and say, okay, the franchise. So he said, okay, well, now he's going to be the franchise. What would we get in the tournament for? You know what I mean? Right? When we're in the tournament, right? Teofimo Lopez, he break up out of that motherfucker. He said, I'm not fighting all those fights. I'm going to go over here to the IBF. So when they talking about Richard Coleman and Nagatanis, them dudes wasn't over there in the WBC. We had hitters over there. And then they broke up out of that motherfucker instead of fighting Devin. You see what I'm saying? So when you talk about that, I'm saying is with the WBC, I mean, goddamn, we didn't have every belt. Right. We won the tournament. So Javier Fortuna didn't want to fight that time either. Then I called him before that. I called him before that for the showbox shit. When Devin finished with the showbox, and I called him, I said, okay, we can do this. We can approach Showtime and put together a fight with Devin and Javier for the main event. He didn't want no parts of it. If you go on the Boxing Boys with Sam and him, he laughing at me. Ha ha, it's funny. Yeah, I did. Now you done cornered me like a mouse as if this shit is some joke. And I just told him then, I said, okay, you doing all that laughing. You playing with real fighters' careers and you doing bad business, my guy. Right. You're not putting your fighter in a position. You're not putting your fighter in a position to win at the right time and get the money. So right. Loma came in and fought Luke Campbell and then never fight again for a whole year. Never did defend it. Never did defend the WBC belt amongst none of the WBC guys.
Yeah. But
like I say,
Loma looking bad out here.
Yeah. Once again, though, with that, right? We already knew he was over there in top ranked stable, bro. I knew for a fact. I knew Devin and Loma won next. I knew they was gonna try to make Teofimo next because it was all in Bob Arm's hands. It was all in his hands, and that's why they pulled the play. And when we come out and tell these motherfuckers when they robbed Devin out his opportunity to fight a motherfucking Luke Campbell, right, for that scrap, or when Loma was in position to fight him, nobody wanted to fight him. You feel me? They didn't want him. But I knew that Bob was making, right, Lomachenko and Teofimo next. I knew that was happening, bro. It was an in-house fight. It was good for Bob. The winner come out on Bob's side. You feel what I'm saying? All the thunder is still with Bob Arm. Of course, they fighting Devin, and Devin taking all that thunder. I knew that shit was going down.
So Bob is saying is, look, Teofimo, we did all this moving around and all this ducking and dodging for you, all this marketing with ESPN and all the shit, and now you come back with the bullshit. You won't even make the fight happen, the rematch with Teofimo Lopez. You say then you're gonna break out of there and you're gonna go do all the other shit. That's bad business, bro. Mm-hmm. It's bad business.
Mm-hmm. Bill, let me ask you a question. Coach got a question for you. He say, who did y'all add to the team? What coach did y'all add to the team?
Well, we haven't added anyone right now. We just been working. We just been working with the same. Yeah. You know what I mean? If we can bring somebody in and make it stronger, you know, by all means, we're gonna do that. But you know, it wasn't broke and it didn't need no fixing. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to make sure that I gave my young guy, you know what I mean, Devin, you know what I'm saying, the boss, right? I made sure I let the boss know that, hey, man, if Pops ain't doing what he's supposed to be doing, if you feel that somebody is in your DMs or you feel that somebody want to talk to you, or if you feel that, you know what I'm saying, that some coaches or something feel like, oh yeah, well, I don't want to break the dad up and you know, or I don't want the dad to get mad or whatever. No, that ain't the case.
Right.
That ain't the case. So I want to make sure that I went on record to let them know that, no, I would step to the side, champ. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, and when I said that, I said I would step to the side and handle this business that I know that I do oh so well. I do good.
Right.
But Coach, I mean, Bill, get Coach a shout out, man, because Coach ride with y'all heavy. I'm talking about heavy. He got Devin over everybody. It ain't shit you can tell Coach about Devin that he go listen to Devin over everybody. You feel me?
No, he told me here.
He from New Orleans. He got his own gym down there too.
Who you talking about? Which one? You're not talking about my Coach Watt, is you?
No.
Okay, ask him, do you know Coach Wop?
Coach,
That's
you know
our
Coach
guy.
Wop? He and I hear you.
Yeah, ask him, do you know Coach Wop? That's my guy out of New Orleans, man. Great story, man. They came out of that prison down there in New Orleans and had Brock. They had Baby. What's the name? Let me see. Brock. Also Babyface. They had a few guys, man, that come out of that prison, man. And his story is legendary, man. Coach Wop's story is legendary. One day it's gonna be on television. Hopefully Devin can produce it, man.
Hell yeah.
Bill, you see the my man World Combat Sports, he in the building. He said Teofimo ain't ducking nobody.
No. But one thing I'll tell you is one day we look for World Combat Sports to ride with us as hard as he rides with Teofimo Lopez. Make no mistake, the fans, we love the fans that ride hard, man. That's what you put your head on the chopping block for, is to get the appreciation, right, and the admiration of the fans. I mean, you know, after you done got the Rolls Royce, the house, and all that shit, what else is you trying to do other than be appreciated, right? In order to, you know what I'm saying? We started out in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody know nothing about us. We had to film the shit and put the shit up, and then we still didn't get our recognition. So, I mean, you know, if and when World Combat comes around, you know what I mean? We here for him.
I fuck with Scotty heavy, but like I said in my video, Haney's trapping in a Lopez capping, bro. Because we didn't call this daddy in a few lives. And Bill, when you was on that fucking live stream with that dude, man, I don't even want to go there, though. But man, listen, you go do what you do, though. But niggas is suckers, bro. I'm telling you, you got to stop giving niggas energy, bro, because they using that shit to their advantage, though. But we caught Teofimo Lopez Sr. lying in that thing when he said, "Oh, the kid is only going to price this stuff out." But we see the Lopez is talking about they want to fight Devin for $10 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give him 10, right? And they go get 3.1 against this man, right? But who's pricing themselves out? Who pricing themselves out?
Absolutely.
Give me $10 million. You know what I mean? So when Senior come out and say things like, "Oh, they just using my son's name for clout," another bullshit, because all these dude names hot, all they names hot. T.O. name just got hot when he beat Lomachenko. I give him credit for that. I don't take nothing away from him, right? I ride for Timo, but he the one coming out tomorrow. He's sending contracts and ain't sending out shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the
Right. He
Lopez
said, listen,
yeah.
he said money. He said, "Oh, I'm gonna send a contract to Devin, and I'm gonna send a contract to Camboso, and whichever one decides it." What's first? Bob Arum came out and said, "Fool, you don't send no contracts. Knock it off."
Yeah. Then he say, "Why you think Devin talking about April? I mean, or whatever date? Why you think Devin? Everything is lining up. Ain't shit lined up, but Cambosis."
Ask World Combat, what did he think about Teofimo when he said that he was gonna send out contracts to Devin and he was gonna send out contracts to Cambosos? What do you think about that, World Combat? Let's see if he answers.
And while we wait for that, Coach said, yeah, he do know him. He said he do know them. And he also asked, and I asked you this last time, Bill, but I'm gonna answer this again for Coach. Coach say, have y'all ever considered working with Blu-ray? Can you imagine Devin with them skills, with knockout power, you know, from working with Blu-ray?
Absolutely. I've always considered. I met Blu-ray, beautiful brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, and his spirit and his energy, you know, is contagious. I always think about him, right? When I introduced him to Devin, and Devin, you know, of course, he has it on his mind, right? Because I put it there, right? But he has a loyalty to his strength and conditioning coach, you know, Reggie Hobson, former NFL player, right? Who he's been working with down here. He also works over there at Snack. You know what I'm saying? With that conditioning that they do. So I always say that my kid is a boss. And that's how I wanted to raise him. You know what I'm saying? Since God forbid something happened to me, you see what I'm saying? He gonna run his show. And
you know how to move.
You know, and also my grandkids is gonna see, and they're gonna look up this shit, and they're gonna see that their daddy is a boss. So that's, you know what I mean? That's where that goes. But shout out to Blu-ray and everything that he's doing. No telling. You know what can happen in the future.
Man, that'll be a bad combination, man. I'm telling you.
Because he say he actually do the work with the fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, right.
We seen that nigga with the shag. That's what I call Errol Spence back when he had
look
the
at him.
shag.
Oh, wait a minute. Combat Sports said
Yeah.
he said he was going to throw contracts their way. Now, what do you mean by that, bro? When you say throw, because you say it with the quotations, right? What do you mean throw? Because we didn't catch him. We didn't catch nothing. But listen, right? I know with that is I expected a call before he throws something, right? You're going to throw something their way. No, you call and you do the same thing that they did. They didn't have no contract. They waited on Bob Arum, purse bid, and everything else, right? Before they started talking. They talked together about venues with Cambosos. They talked about cities. They talked about a lot of stuff before it ever met the paper. You see what I'm saying? Right? We talk about not Wilder. We talk about Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. They've been talking about that fight and putting together the fight way before it met the paper, right? Why do everybody got to talk to us like we chumps? You know, you're gonna just throw us something, or y'all just throw me something, and they don't want to talk like men, like gentlemen. But they can talk like gentlemen to everybody else, though.
And see, Bill, the last interview that I heard Teofimo Lopez talking, right? And this is the interview when he said that he wouldn't never gonna fight for Top Rank no more. He said that he looking to go the Canelo route, right? He said now he's gonna be able to make the fights with these other guys. He did mention Devin Haney. He said, now I'm gonna be able to, go and make fights with Devin Haney and Tank and all these other fighters. Now, do you believe that? Do you believe
after that, then he said it's up to Bob Arum.
Well, I'm talking about this recent one when he said he not gonna fuck with Bob Arum no more. I'm talking about recently he did an interview.
I'm telling you, after that, he just said that it's up to Bob Arum.
I ain't heard that.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that.
He's still with Bob Arum.
Exactly.
He said he's still with Bob Arum, right? He's still with Bob Arum, and he could make the fight happen, but it's going to be up to Bob Arum. See, it's convenient when they want to hide behind Bob. You see what I'm saying? Right? They hide behind Bob, and then when things are working out for him, or they think that it's working out for him, then they jump out in front of Bob.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like he can keep saying what he want to say. He can keep saying what he want to say, but the man is under contract, bro. He was under contract. So at the end of the day, you keep talking about what you go do. You can go do this. You can go do this. Like I say, he got his $9.99 now face on right now. Him and his daddy licking their tongue out, right? $9.99. All right. Well, you motherfuckers got to come back home. And when you come back to Top Rank, like Bob said, when you come back looking for that type of money that you said you just got, it's not going to be there. And guess what Bob said? Then you're going to have to sit out for a minute. So we don't know what the fuck Bob got planned for the man. This is just what I'm saying. I'm not saying, oh, he can't go into court and buy himself out or none of that. All I know is the last motherfucker that bought himself out his contract set out for 2 years, right? And said Bob thought he was going to go broke and he made smart investments, right? So is Teofimo on that Mikey Garcia level? Did he make enough money to sit out for 2 years and do this and do that? I don't know how it's going to play out. I wish nothing but the best for the man. I'm not saying nothing bad about him and things of that nature. I'm just going off what I see. I'm going off how they acting, right? He the one said, right, after his fight, right? He the one said, oh, I want Devin. Like I said, he mentioned Devin Haney's name first because he knew he got to come back to Devin Haney. He knew that undisputed shit ain't real. He know in deep in his heart that shit ain't real. That's why he needs so much clarification to try to make him feel like he the undisputed champion. But at the end of the day, man, it's gonna come down to him in that courtroom and Bob Arum. So the dude just talking right now. He's just talking shit. Like
but
I ain't saying.
You know the thing that I do like about my guy is he you ain't got to do all that talking about somebody to just say that you want to fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't got to say they ain't shit, they ain't did nothing, they ain't who they didn't fought. You ain't got to say none of that. Only thing you got to say is, are you in a position to fight or not? Devin is in the position because we really worked up through this shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody said, well, this fighter ain't ranked, this fighter ain't ranked, bro. When you talk about fighters like, okay, you say, someone asked about Rolly Romero. Will we fight Rolly Romero? That would be a great fight. But when you talk about Rolly Romero, you're not talking about he's in the top 10, right? Could he reasonably be in the top 10? Maybe. We don't know. But when you talk about promoters who have strategically moved their fighters in different ways that other promoters weren't able to do, or get fights that they weren't able to get, might justify some of the fighters being in the top 10 when they should be in the bottom, bottom 20. You see what I'm saying? So we came up in that shit. So we don't look at it like everybody else look at it. Like Devin has a graveyard full of bad motherfuckers that he's been in the ring with. You see what I'm saying? We know with this boxing shit as being a sport, man, that's what it is. It's a sport. You know what I mean? We more worried about getting hit upside the head at a nightclub than worried about getting hit upside the head in the boxing ring.
Right. And
that's
see,
what these last 14 years have developed us a confidence and an aura to understand. Okay, well, that's the best thing to happen, right? Man got two hands on two different sides. You want to fight one of them? Stand on that side. You want to fight the other one? Stand on that side. Don't stand right in front of them to get hit by both of them motherfuckers. You see what I'm saying? And when you talk about certain levels, certain fighters, they don't have two hands. When you talk about the feet that Devin got, so why would he stand on your side that you're comfortable with? He gonna stand over here on the other side, and he gonna go different directions. He gonna come back that way, come back that way, come back that way. That's just the way that it go. Now, people say styles. I said, okay, well, if you got your favorite style and your style is straightforward, rock 'em, sock 'em, knock 'em down and all that, we'll put that style in with Devin. You know what I mean? If you're saying the only thing that you want is to put your fighter in the fight with only one style, then come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
And see, my thing, Bill, my thing is like every time I hear Teofimo Lopez talk, every time I hear Lopez Sr. talk, is they make excuses, right? Why they shouldn't have to fight Devin Haney. And that's what throw me off. And I told Money, I said, because they all around the same age, right? They was all in the amateurs together. And I told Money, I said, Devin must have been the motherfucker in the amateurs because none of these dudes want to fight him. What was going on in the amateurs that none of these guys want to fight him? And I say the amateurs because I know they was all in the amateurs together, whether they fought each other or not. They all got to see each other fight. You see what I'm saying? So Devin, it's something that Devin was doing.
Every tournament, Devin was at the end of that motherfucker, period. You know what I'm saying? Since he was like 13 or 14, right? By the time that he did that, he already had won the juniors 2 years in a row, won the youth, you know what I mean? 2 years in a row, right? He was always younger than everybody else, like because his birthday is November the 17th. So if anybody knows about going to school as a kid, right, you go to the upper grade. You know what I'm saying? So you the youngster. So when the shit first started, we like damn, why we, you know what I mean? We supposed to be over here and and
because in the 9th grade, they got it in the 12th grade.
Yeah, right. So he's 12, but he's fighting 13, 14.
Right.
Because where his birthday is. So he's fighting 13, 14 at 12. So by the time that he was 16, he was fighting 17 and 18. And he was winning it. He won 17 and 18, right? So after he got through winning 17 and 18, right, he then went to the Dominican Republic and won the gold medal, right? So when we came back at 16, Devin said, okay, well, am I going to be able to try out for the trials? They said no. They said no because, well, we said, wait a minute. If he fought 17 and 18, how come he can't travel? Well, they go by the age, right? So they were saying that Devin would be in the Olympics with my man, with Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah.
Right. Him and Keyshawn is the same age.
Right. Keyshawn just turning pro right now. And he didn't even go to the Olympics because he opted out. So
right. So that's what I'm saying is hold on, let me put this on charger. So if Devin had waited and did the same thing with Keyshawn, what you guys would be seeing is Devin is 1-0 instead of 25-0 and a world champion.
Exactly. I told you, I seen the whole rise, dude. I like catch me out here talking, man. I've been on Devin Haney TV, bro. I'm talking about the whole
Me
rise.
too.
I seen it all. I seen where you, like you say, you putting the shit on there and putting it out there. I seen you going to Mexico. I seen you in a truck going to Mexico. I seen all that shit, bro.
Yep.
I seen the ride. But see, that's why I say, and my thing with Lopez Senior, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got a bone with him. I ain't gonna sit up there and make it like I don't. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I do got a problem because every time he talk, he got to disrespect Devin. He got to disrespect Tank. Like, it's nothing but come out his mouth for disrespect. Like, you disrespecting him to build up your son, but at the same time, you saying y'all want money, but these is your son's biggest money fights. Y'all talking about, okay, we're going to 140 to get the winner of Ramirez and Taylor. Man, y'all not getting that damn fight next. Y'all not going up to no 140 to get that fight like right after that and get that fight, bro. That ain't finna happen. But all of alone, you got an undisputed fight right there with Devin Haney. You want to be undisputed? Become undisputed right there with Devin Haney. You know what I mean?
Fight.
That's your fight.
It's a great fight. It's a great fight. Just like Ryan Garcia saying Lomachenko. I mean, not Lomachenko, Manny Pacquiao. You see what I'm saying? Like, come on, my dude. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. Like,
but I think shout out to Devin and putting in the work, right? He put in the work starting from Mexico to be 25-0, right? Against these guys, you know what I'm saying? That are killers. These guys that's older and all the stuff. So when you talk about that, you have to have a certain skill set. You have to do things that match the time and where it's at. If you put Devin at 22, you put him in there with somebody that's 18, 17, he murders them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not even close. It's not even fair. You see what I'm saying? That's where he's at, right? So when you talk about that, you put him in there with somebody that's 32. You say, okay, he's 22, he's 32. Now he might be a little bit stronger, more man strength, and you know what I mean, certain things. So you have to, like the brother said in there, you have to make certain adjustments with your style depending on the fighter, right? And as Devin gets older and he's more mature, right? And he has his man strength and he has certain things, then you'll see a different style. But we have to have the style to win that's for us, right? Just like them. You know, they're using the style that's best for them.
Right.
That's what I told you. Devin Haney style is the in and out style, bro. That's one of the best styles in boxing. You got the style to embarrass a motherfucker. And you said it earlier, it's worse to get embarrassed than get your ass knocked out. You feel me? So if a motherfucker embarrassing you for 12 rounds, you know, it shows the skill level, because if you're going 12 rounds, you and that motherfucker thinking. And I think Dale, that's what he got. He got the legs, he got the IQ, and he got the boxing skills. That's all I want y'all to focus on. I don't want y'all to be going there when people talking about knockouts and all that shit. If the knockout come. Floyd ain't worried about no goddamn knockout. Floyd's gonna do what he do. Floyd's gonna go in there and make your ass show that it's a different level with skills. I'm gonna hit and not get hit, right? No matter what you motherfuckers say, I'm gonna take y'all best motherfuckers and I'm gonna make them look like a sparring partner. You feel me? So that's the style you got to put out there, the hit and not get hit style. You know what I mean? Because that is our style, right? No matter if they like it or not. You see, they even saying it now. Oh, well, they teaching Canelo this style, this, that, and the third. So, man, if Devin go out there and focus on hit and not getting hit, that's what he do best. It's gonna be hard to beat him. Period.
It frustrate the opponent. That's what it do. It really they get hit and they taking punishment, and then they getting frustrated at the same time. Exactly. You know, and like you said, let me see what World Combat. You can read that, can't you? You see it. World Combat. He Scotty. What can you see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
I'm not worrying about it, Scott. He said, I respect everybody on this panel. Stay close. If Teofimo versus Haney is signed, putting your money up, that would be my fort. Hey, you can say it's robbing the bank. We'll see when they get in there.
No. All right.
Okay. When we talk about Floyd Mayweather, right? We talk about Floyd being born. Floyd, let me see this. Hold on.
And salute to Valentine. He say, I got Tank.
Tank is a good fighter. Okay, so when we talk about Floyd Mayweather being born, right? Now, when we say he was born in 19 when was Floyd Mayweather born?
77.
77. So that would put him at, so if we go to 77, let's go over here to 1997. Okay, so we talk about 77, so 97. That's 20 years later. 77 to 97. That was his opponent. 77 to 97 is 20 years. So when they talk that pretty boy shit, we talk about Devin at 20 years old had the knockout of the year next to Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder. So we talking about 97. So let's talk about 98.
How old is Devin? 22?
Devin, yep, 22. There you go. We talk about Jermall Hernandez.
Was 22 at 90 and 99 then.
Huh?
Wait, so Floyd, what? 99, yeah, about 99 he was 22, Floyd.
Right. But Devin was a champion at 20.
Okay.
Yeah, Devin was a champion at 20.
Now Floyd fought some hitters though, Bill.
No. Only thing I'm saying is this is when Floyd talk about motherfuckers knowing how to lose, you talk about this. You talk about motherfuckers losing.
He got a stellar resume on there though.
I'm saying, by the time he was 77, he didn't fight an undefeated fighter until Diego Corrales in 2001. So let's go 77, 97, another 4 years on there. He was 24 years old. You see what I'm saying? Now hold on.
Hey, he did fight. I mean, come on.
Listen, no, bad motor scooter. I ain't taking nothing away from him, but I said if you're gonna give Devin, then you didn't give Devin his grams too. You feel me? Hold on.
Cassandra Mason, appreciate that. Appreciate that cash out. Appreciate you, Queen.
So Devin was born in 1998. So we're gonna talk about 2018. Hold on, shit.
Because you got to give Gennaro Hernandez was a beast.
Listen, but that was listen. Gennaro Hernandez. Hold on, wait a minute.
Hernandez, Manfredi.
Manfredi was another one.
Hold on, good brother. Okay, so we talk about Juan Carlos Burgos, who had been in there with Mikey Garcia. Damn near dropped him. You see what I'm saying? Right? Okay. Now we talking about this is at 20 years old, right? Then we talk about a 25-0 at 21. We talk about Antonio Moran, knockout of the motherfucking year. Then we talk about Zara Ablev, another undefeated fighter. Then we talk about Santiago, another undefeated fighter. And then we talk about Yuriorkis Gamboa, who had only been in there with, who had only lost to
Tank and Crawford.
Huh?
Tank and Crawford.
Crawford, and who else he lose to?
And Tank. Javante Davis.
And Devin. Okay, so now, right? So when we talk about, hold on.
But Bill, it's about sustaining. We know this.
Okay. No, I know, but I'm just saying though. I mean, it's about building too though. So
yeah, no doubt.
So hold on, because he said Gennaro Hernandez, bad motherfucker.
I mean,
hold on,
Gennaro Hernandez, Angel Manfredi, and Carlos Rios.
But when you talk about Gennaro Hernandez, then you talk about it was everybody else had lost. But when you talk about Floyd at 17-0, right? When he fought this guy, and he taught us about this, about guys that know how to lose, who come to lose, right? You talk about he fought a guy here. He fought a guy, Gennaro Hernandez. This is Gennaro Hernandez. Jermall Hernandez fought a guy that had lost there, a guy that lost there, a guy that here.
Azuma Nelson was Bill. Azuma Nelson was a hitter now. Come on now, Bill.
Yeah, it's who they lose to and how the fight went. You feel me, Bill?
No. You talk about
no. Bill, you can't do that. Azuma Nelson was a beast.
Wait. Well, man, listen. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Bill, we're not praising the O's, bro.
No. Listen. I'm talking about when you talk about Azuma Nelson, right? You talk
we're
about
not
Azuma
praising
Nelson.
the O's.
Okay, you talk about Azuma Nelson from here. It went from here. So you got 1, 2, 3 fights, 4 fights in this Floyd. So 4 fights from here, from 43-20.
But Bill, it's about who it's about who you beat and who they beat.
Listen,
you dig what I'm saying?
To me, it's about personal motherfucking opinion about the shit.
I mean, it's all personal opinion. It's all personal opinion.
It's all about personal opinion because guess what? When we got a chance to get in there with Floyd, listen, when we got a chance to get in there with Floyd, we didn't have the kind of respect y'all got for him. You see what I'm saying?
You're not supposed to, Bill.
No, inside the ring.
Wait a minute, Bill.
Outside the ring. No, outside the ring. Outside the ring. Outside the ring. Outside the ring. As a man, as a person that has blessed us with shit, but guaranteed, he taught us don't take no shit from nobody. He taught us shit and told us shit. He taught us and told us shit that I guarantee I know the fans don't know about it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Period. We didn't get up in there kissing his ass. We respect him enough already. He's an idol. He's an
Bill,
idol.
how do you make wait a minute? How do you make your name when you get into the ring? You're not supposed to respect no motherfucker. So we're not looking for Devin Haney to respect no Floyd Mayweather inside the ring when you spawn. Okay. That's when you show your skill set. When a young lion's coming in, you're supposed to go in that motherfucker. And if you're facing the older lions and they hungry, you're supposed to go in there and do what you got to do, bro. This is no knock on Devin saying he ain't no bad motherfucker.
This is why in business, because the narrative will be that all that shit don't mean nothing. But when it came time to do the business, when we talked to him about the business, that's why our numbers look like that. Because we know what we didn't put in. You see what I'm saying?
See,
and that's
Bill,
what I was pointing out.
See, this is my thing, Bill, right? I keep it 100, right? I think Devin is a hell of a fighter, right? I don't think that he got the best resume out there. But I always say this. I say all these motherfuckers just making excuses saying, oh, well, he ain't fought this, he ain't fought this person, this person. Go out there and fight him and prove him wrong. Why you ain't fighting him? Why you ain't fighting him? Hey, why you ain't fighting him?
Listen, man, knock it off, man. Listen, knock it off, man. You just said that Jermall Hernandez had a great resume. If you don't knock it off,
I said Jermall Hernandez was the beast. That mother, he wasn't no Rudy Poo.
Okay, well, where did it show in the beast when I just showed you the where?
Come on now, Bill. Jermall Hernandez can fight his ass off.
Okay, no, you said a beast. What? Okay, which fight made him a beast?
Let me ask you something, Bill. You can't take away from your food. You can't take away from your food, bro. Hold on.
All I'm saying is these cats is making excuses.
I'm not going
to not fight Devin Haney.
I'm not going to go against Floyd. I'm not going to go against Floyd. I'm not trying to go against Floyd, dog.
No, this ain't going against no Floyd.
I'm not trying to go against Floyd. I'm telling you, only thing that I'm telling you is that we came in the game. He came in the game young. He at 22 years old. You dig what I'm saying? We didn't have no problem fighting no undefeated fighter, right? Who never was, you know, once you see a fighter and you see him lose, then they got a blueprint to lose it. All you got to do is go in and do the same thing, right? Because you look back and you say, okay, well, that's his habit, right? And that's the way to beat him, right? Floyd taught us that. He said once they know how to lose, they know how to lose. He says he's never learned how to lose, which he said that's important, right? But of course, right, with guys and with fans, they say that doesn't mean anything. But when you talk about it, and we talk about it with him, right? And when we talk about him with a beast and Earl Spence, right? When we talk about that, I watched them dudes spar, right? I watched Floyd every time that he sparred, beat the shit out of everybody. He don't never listen. And if he lost in sparring, you had to come back.
Right.
He ain't been shot at Earl Spence.
No, No. Earl Spence got out on him.
Yeah.
That ain't what I heard.
And then he
No, he said that Errol Spence got off on him, money.
Yeah, got off on him. That's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said he got out. Got out. Upset.
No. He got out on him, and then he invited Earl back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is my thing when we look at resumes. I'm a skill dude, bro. I don't give a fuck about the resumes. But wait a minute, I ain't gonna put it that way now.
I care about all of it.
Yeah, wait a minute. I take that back. No, because I do this shit. Because me and Keon, we go back and forth on this shit all the time. Keon be like, well, who did he fight? I look at the skill set, and it ain't that who do you fight. It's how you whoop that person ass to me. You feel me? How did you go in there? How did you outclass his ass? You know what I mean? So I look at the skill set of the fighter to know enough that, okay, I know if that motherfucker, if his skill set is on that level, right? I know he can hang on that level, right? But to say that is to say, even though you go in there, you beat a motherfucker with an undefeated record, they got an O on his record. Who has he beat? You feel me? So that's why I don't do the resume shit, because we can do that with everybody. You can go say, okay, well, you can go down here and say, okay, he haven't did this. But if you got a motherfucker that's 12-0, right, and you go down his resume, you're like, oh, who is this? But I don't do that because I look at that fighter as a 12-0 fighter and look at his skill set and how he beat him to say if he can fight on that level. So I wouldn't give a fuck if you got an O or if you got 3 losses. If I see you and you look like a bad motherfucker, and in those 3 losses you fought the shit out of whomever you lost to, right? Because you can have 3 losses, and those 3 losses can contain to split decisions, or you could have had 2 of them motherfucking losses that could have went your way. So I don't look at it. I don't praise the O.
Okay. So no, you don't got to praise the O. But one thing that I say is it's gotta be something behind it. When you talk about, hold on. When you talk about a Ryan Garcia, 21-0, and you talk about putting him in there with Devin Haney at 25-0, right? And
right.
Then you say this. You say there is no undefeated fighter on that joint. So when you talk about preparing a fighter to go into a fight that you haven't seen the person lose, or you haven't seen the person make the flaws and make the mistakes that you got to go in there and create, right? When you got to create that shit from scratch, you did. When you got to create that shit from scratch, it's a different ball game.
So you telling me if you got to put somebody, if Ryan Garcia had 3 fighters that had zeros on their record, right? But if those 3 fighters haven't fought no motherfucker, and Luke Campbell, right? If we look at Luke, if I see those 3 fighters and I say Luke Campbell can beat all 3 of them motherfuckers with them O's on their record, what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about that, if you see them and they've knocked every fighter out in the first round, then you don't see the flaws that you need to see. You don't see certain things, and you tend to think, okay, what are you looking at? What are you looking to make happen, because you've not seen anything. So those fighters are dangerous until you get in the ring and you figure the shit out. That's all I was saying.
Yeah,
and
because
when you put a young fighter in those kind of conditions, you're building them. You're building him to whereas, okay, right? I don't care who he fought. This motherfucker's undefeated. Okay, good. So when you talk about a Teofimo Lopez undefeated, or you talk about a Ryan Garcia, and you talk about, well, the fighter in his mind, the development is he's just another fighter. That's all I was saying. And I said I was going on what we were talking about, development, where a fighter is, where a fighter came from. And I know that if I don't come and stick up for him, right, nobody is. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what nobody say or y'all opinion. I'm just telling you how I look at it, right? And then you guys are entitled to look at it that way. And guess what? We want to earn y'all approval. It ain't like, oh, I'm just saying, oh, no, I don't care, right? I care to the point that, yeah, we want to do it, right? But I don't care to the point that I'm going to hold it back as if it's something that we haven't did. Like you can convince us that to take the confidence away from us. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the point that we're at with it.
Well, if you sat there and let a motherfucker take the confidence away from you, shouldn't be in the ring and you shouldn't be doing what the fuck you're doing. You feel me? So when people giving opinions, if it's opinion, if it's constructive criticism, which you can take, because I see some with motherfuckers who try to get a worse constructive criticism and you stay on their ass. But for us, right? For us, it's always gonna be a respect level So, bro, we don't
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely, money,
but
absolutely.
Devin will do better.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, absolutely. Right. But money. It's we want you to see it our way, right? You know what I mean? It's not
No
like
doubt.
we don't care. We want you to see it our way. That's why
No doubt.
I try
No
to explain
doubt.
it. That's why I try to show it. That's why I try to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's what that is. It ain't like no. But when it comes to when a person say and they say this to you, they'll say, oh, what happens in sparring, right? Or what happens in the gym is just the gym, right? And in our mind, right, you're confident, right? You're confident going into the fight, confident that you, what's the name? So you don't listen to the naysayers that say, oh, that just happened in the gym. Or when you've been in the ring with Floyd, right? And Devin did what he did to Floyd, right? And person, oh no, that was at the tail end, or oh no, that was. We don't listen to that. That's what I mean.
You're not supposed to. That's why. That's
we
why
we try to take all those little things. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why it makes you the fighter and motherfuckers outside the ring. That's why you can never put a motherfucker outside the ring. All that shit. That's why Floyd always talk about tunnel vision. Right? You don't let a motherfucker tell you what you feel like you grown as and what you think you took, and tell a motherfucker to tell you, oh, that don't mean shit, or to you, because you're not supposed to. Yeah, it don't mean shit to you, but to me, I'm the motherfucker in the ring getting better, and I know what it do. I know what it does for me. I know what I took from it. So yeah, nobody can never tell him, oh, because you went in there sport Floyd and you beat Floyd at the ass end. So what it says about Earl Spence when he sport Floyd? You feel me? But Floyd is Floyd regardless. Floyd never lost. Never lost. Right. So if you get in there, if you can hang in there with Floyd, you're supposed to have a confidence or something in you to say, you know what? I went in there with the baddest motherfucker, arguably the greatest of all time, and did what I had to do to put me on the level to where I know I need to be at.
And that's what boosts his confidence up.
Exactly.
That probably had his confidence just shoot out the roof.
That's what. That's what I was saying is that as a confident fighter, as you put him in those positions, right? You put him in there for the confidence and hope that he works out. You put him in there with the undefeated fighters. You put him in there because then it's just another fight. When you talk about a fighter, all fighters got jitters. They got to, they got to grow and get that confidence, right? But then when you talk about on the big stage, I'm in front of the lights, now the fighter is fighting for the first time against somebody that has won every round that they be in. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it's a difference, right?
Somebody he don't know how to lose. So you go get something different.
Let me ask you something, Bill. Let me ask you something. At 135, who do you see being the most competitive fight with Devin? If you could choose one opponent, what fight do you see being the most competitive fight with Devin?
Teofimo Lopez.
And see, that's real. That's real. And I asked you that to see what you was gonna say, and I didn't know who you was gonna say, but that's real because you could have been like nobody. You know what I'm saying? He's his own best competition. See, you could have said something like that, but you kept it 100, and I respect it. I respect that.
Yeah,
listen. What I'm saying is, when you see Tio, you don't see how to. You know what I'm saying? You don't see it. You got to go in there and create it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go on your skill set and on your confidence. That you know what I'm saying? You got to create that shit, right? Because what have you seen? What you know what I mean when you say how you gonna beat him and what flaws and all the shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go in the fact of just like Floyd that you've learned it and you say that you're going to make the adjustments you need at the right time based on all the different tools you have in the toolbox. You see what I'm saying? But nobody has exposed him. You know what I mean? He hasn't been exposed. He beat Loma the first whole half of the fight and Loma didn't throw a punch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he beat him 6-7 rounds, knocked Comey to clear the fuck out, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, Nagatani gave him problems. He's taller and all the shit like that. So if you say anything else, you say, okay, well, he has problems with tall motherfuckers, but he beat him to the point that he damn near sent him to the hospital or something. I think he went to the hospital after. You know what I'm saying? So like that's part of boxing, but heavy is the head that wear the crown. Right, you put him in a position. You put Devin in a position to be great. You see what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, when you put him on shit like putting him in a ring with the Floyds of the world and shit like that, you don't look at Teofimo as, you know what I'm saying, as going to be a problem. Right? You look at it and say, okay, we're gonna do what it takes on that day to make it happen.
Right.
When you talk about Loma, right? Because he just lost in. And then you can say, okay, well, you know, he has a problem with the jab. He has a problem with certain things. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Right.
You know what I mean? He has a problem with length and stuff like that because you've seen him lose. You just watched him. Now, you can't go on Orlando Salido. That's old. He kicked a bunch of ass since then, but you just saw him right now, right? Lose, right?
Yep.
So you have somewhat of a game plan. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So how you see fight between Tank and Devin playing out? I got for the record, I got Devin beating Tank. Right. But how would you see that fight playing out? Because I mean, they didn't win at it. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't consider Tank when you were saying like at 135 because I don't consider him at 135. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I consider him because he didn't put in most of his work at 130 or smaller weights, right? He got, you know what I mean, one fight and he knocked him the hell out, right? The one time
belt though. Huh? He do got a belt at 135 though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying this, but the one fight that he had at 135, right, with Gamboa, he went the distance, right? He ended up with 2 black eyes that he knocked him down and stuff like that. But still, right, he didn't ever answer the bell to Loma, right, who's been wanting to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not really asking for the fighters at 135. You know what I'm saying? Although fighters are asking for him, the Teofimos, the Ryan Garcias of the world, they seem to be almost picking on Tank. You know what I'm saying?
Get up off my dude Tank now.
Huh?
Get up off my dude Tank now. Y'all make my dude look like a chump. Can y'all
No, but the reason why is because of his physical attributes and having the knockout. But if he can't get close to you like that, it might be a little bit of problems. You know what I'm saying? Just with the length, the size, and that kind of stuff. So I don't ever be talking about Tank like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what you think about?
I'm gonna ask because he said Devin Haney was a clout baby. Well, he said Devin Haney was clout chasing him.
Right.
Like basically, he don't really want to fight him. He just trying to clout chase him.
Right. But see, the one thing about Tank is everybody else, he said he gonna knock him the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Right. So saying he was a clout baby and all the shit, you know what I mean? That what can we work with that with? You see what I'm saying? He says everything, but let's fight next. So man, let's not. I don't want to talk about Tank. I want to give him his grams that he did at 130, and I think if he do jump over a stacked division at 135, and he will go give Barrios all the work and all the problems that in the world. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to do that. I'm on Teofimo.
He gonna beat the shit out of it. He gonna
we on Teofimo motherfucking neck. That's who next. That's who we on.
I'm gonna ask about all of them. That's what I'm gonna do.
But right now,
we want to know about everybody.
Well, we on the
everybody, anybody can get it.
We on the nigga that's at 135. That's supposed to be the top dog, and that's what Devin trying to take over the motherfucking number 1 spot. The nigga that's talking about he undisputed, but he's really not. That's who neck we on. That's who we gonna focus on. Who is that?
Everybody neck. Because
okay. Well, we got Linares. We got Linares next, and Bob Arum has said that Linares is the kind of opponent that justifies a fight. You know what I mean? So we'll handle our business with Linares, and we're looking to fight Teofimo Lopez next.
That's what we want to see. I think that's what everybody really want to see.
That's the fight. I mean, that's really the fight, though, man. They sit up there, they say this, they say that, but let's see if you know when Punch bring the daddy on and all that shit, the daddy talk for a whole motherfucking hour straight. They don't cut him off not one time. Let's see if the daddy is really about their life, because he's saying like he don't want Teofimo to fight him. That's what I'm hearing from him. He's saying people pricing themselves out, right? I never heard Bill or Devin even say a number. Like just me, I never even heard them say a number. The only number I heard was the Teofimo number was 10 million. That's the only number I heard. You feel me? I never heard no offer come from Bob Arum or nothing like that, bro. So I don't know what he mean by people pricing themselves out.
Hey, and let me make this clear. Ain't nobody defamed because I seen what you said, Valentine. I don't know what the hell that bullshit you talking about is. But ain't nobody defaming Tank or saying nothing about Tank. All I did is I asked Bill what he think about what Tank has to say. That's it. I want to know his take on the shit that Tank was saying and how he felt about it. And he let me know that's what it is. I ain't in here maybe Tank or nobody else. He said, Tank a stop. He said, Tank Davis a stop. Yeah, but you know.
The fight is the motherfuckers who sitting there 135 saying they the king of the division and talking all that shit.
Yes.
Right. So what's the name said that he wants one fight. He said that Ryan Garcia says that he wants one more fight, you know what I mean, before Devin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And also Teofimo Lopez is saying that he's willing to fight one more fight. You know what I'm saying? So at 135, you know, those are two good names. One name that Devin has a lot of history with, a kid that's, you know what I mean, decorated as an amateur as well, you know what I mean, the interim champion, right? And you talk about Teofimo Lopez, another kid that's decorated as an amateur that, you know what I'm saying? So it makes for all the great things. You know, both of those guys say that they're big lightweights. Ryan Garcia is a big lightweight. Teofimo is a big lightweight. You know what I'm saying? So is Devin. So that's only fair and that's only right. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Yeah, I think that boys they're gonna have a chance to meet up at 40 and 47 as well. Because all of them, bro, if shit go right, they got a chance. Like I really did thought they had do something special to put the boxing world on notice. I mean, even put the big niggas at 47 and 52 on notice. If it would have played out that way, if Ryan and Tank would have fought and motherfucking Devin and Tio would have fought, that would have shut boxing down, and it would have that would have shamed a lot of fighters, just in my opinion, because these niggas coming in 22, 23, going at each other already, and y'all at the stage, you know what I mean, where y'all motherfuckers in y'all 30s and y'all ain't fighting. That would have shamed a lot of fighters, you feel me? But it's business, man. It's gonna work out, you know what I mean? But first thing first, I don't care what nobody say. You know, I'm for my brothers first, and that's just money, bro. I'm not claiming away from that shit. You feel me? I'm with my brothers first, but I do love boxing. I will get credit where it's due. I'll never say Teofimo Lopez ain't a bad motherfucker. I'll never say Lomachenko ain't a bad motherfucker. You feel me? And you'll even hear me saying I favor them over some fight. Yeah, you'll hear me say I favor them over.
You never heard me say that.
I rap for mine. Yeah.
Me say that either.
No. I always see you get utmost respect. You know what I mean? But that's all I be saying though. It'd be the other side that be doing all the bullshit talking, and they get praised, right? They do all the bullshit talking. All this, but nobody never challenged them on their bullshit that they be talking about. And that's all I be saying, bro. Like, if you go want to challenge one man on shit, challenge the other man on shit. You feel me? Because when I see Bill on somebody's show and they cutting Bill off $1 million in one time, and he's trying to get his point through, right? And they laughing and joking and sitting over there like it's a fucking game. But then when Senior come through, the man over there come through, they shut the fuck up like they little kids and shit. They just want to listen. Yep. And that's all we saying. And they agreeing to every fucking thing. To the point to where when they bring up Devin Haney, they don't bring up Devin Haney and Teofimo. They let the daddy run and say, we going up to 140 to fight this. And y'all don't challenge that shit. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, Combat Sports off in that super chat. He say solid boxing talk, ETB and money. Salute. And he said, and Bill Haney. He said, salute.
Appreciate you, my guy.
Appreciate you. Scotty. Hey, Scotty be over there putting in work. Scotty, you know, he part of team Teofimo Lopez.
Scotty need to challenge the daddy sometimes too. Scotty, challenge that daddy, because sometimes Senior just be talking, man. Sometimes Senior just be talking, man.
Hey, Senior, but see that's the thing, you know. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Senior, he gonna talk like that for his son. You know, I mean, but that's his son.
Yeah, I'm not telling him.
You dig what I'm saying? I got kids. I have kids of my own.
I'm not telling him not to put on for a son, bro. Yeah, I don't knock him for putting on for a son, but some of the shit though, bro, just be. Come on, Senior. Like,
some of this shit be bullshit. That's
yeah,
what I'm saying. A lot of this shit he be saying. A lot of the shit that he say be some bullshit.
Yeah, but he gotta get called.
I understand
on this shit. Yeah,
you know
because
I got kids of my own. I understand it, man. You know what I'm saying? You gonna ride and you gonna say some shit that, you know, you gonna say anything when it comes to your kids.
Yeah, but some of the shit, when it's containing to the fight game, you gotta call them out on that shit. Because it's containing to the fight game that he's saying. Like, if you go call one man out on it, right? You got to challenge his ass on the shit too. That's all I'm saying. Just tell his ass when he say certain shit. Okay, Senior. Well, you saying this and that. Well, that never happened. Like, hold his ass accountable. Hold his feet to the fire too. I don't give a damn about you rap your son. We get on Bill ass. Everybody get on Bill ass.
Just like a motherfucker.
Yeah, do the same shit to his ass. Do the same shit to him. Right? Nobody seen Devin or Bill press they step out of fight with Teofimo. Right? But he can go on every channel and say, oh, the kid is going to price himself out. He don't want the fight. When have they priced themselves out?
And we talked about that on here. Me and you got on his head about that shit. Like, what you talk, see, that's why I say when every time I hear Teofimo Lopez senior talk, right? Every time I hear Tio and senior talk, it's always excuses to why they won't make the fight with Devin Haney. It's never no flat out answer like, yeah, that's the fight we want.
What's going down, young man?
What's happening with you, little man?
What's up?
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on.
That's the real estate mogul, man.
And tennis champion.
Tennis champion.
Hold on, because you know everybody in my fam, they got to get their burn, and I appreciate you guys. Let me just show you something. Hold on.
No doubt. Young Arthur Ashe over there, huh?
Wrong thing. Gotta put on back camera.
Okay.
There. Wait.
Okay. You know, I am a tennis man myself.
Let me see what he's doing.
See what that backhand look like. Okay. I see a power. You feel me? Oh, I see that backhand.
All right.
I see that backhand. Trying to take them angles.
Yeah.
You trying to take them angles.
How old is he? How old is he? Huh?
11. You say 11.
11?
Yep. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but see, hey, raise another superstar. And I love to see that. Like I said, man, look at that flex on him.
So who was his favorite tennis player?
Huh?
Arthur Ashe? Oh man. Talk that talk, man.
Hey.
Talk that talk, man.
He know his history, huh? He know his history, Bill. He say Arthur Ashe.
Absolutely. So we working, bro. You know what I'm saying? My son, I raised bosses, man. Period.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And listen, and he's in control of his career. He's in control of his destiny. You know what I mean? It ain't about, you know, he's not in a team sport. You know what I'm saying? Although he got a team that he can build a team. You know what I mean? I know my kids, they're extremely competitive, and he got that tennis racket in his hand. We're not around here just, you know, like it's boxing or nothing, or you know what I mean, or something. He got to be like his brother or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, did you see that backhand though?
I seen that backhand. Hell yeah.
And he got power too though. He got power.
I've been seeing the power when he first smacked him over how far the ball went. I said, I see the power. Oh yeah.
I like that, man. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. It's all about the kids, you know, at the end of the day, man. That's what it's all about.
Yes, sir. Bill, a man of many hats. That's how you do it, though. You got boxers, tennis players, baseball players. Hey, that money in tennis. Hey, Roger Federer, my guy, though. That's my greatest of all time, man. Roger Federer. But
so
Nadal, maybe that's a problem.
He went back outside, though. You know, I appreciate you guys giving me some burn. You know what I'm saying? Hear about a lot about Devin in our house. You know what I'm saying? Devin is amazing. You know what I mean? But that's one of the things is I like to spread the hustle with the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Let them know that we watch every sport over here. I watch everything, Bill. I watch everything, every sport, bro. I know the sports like the back of my hand. Yeah.
Right. I appreciate y'all though, man. You know
what
I mean?
We appreciate you,
everybody in the chat, man.
It's always real, Bill. You already know.
Absolutely though, bro.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. Hey, Monty, make sure that you give the brother my phone number, man, so he can have me on speed dial when he need to chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I'm shooting that.
I appreciate you, Kings, man. Hey, man, blessing on top of blessing everybody in the chat, man. Please, by all means, man, stay safe out there, man. Hug your kids, man. Hug your woman, man. Kiss your mom, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, every day ain't promised. Every day ain't promised, man.
You're right about that, man.
Right. Same to you, Bill.
All right,
salute to you, Bill.
Salute, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good stuff, man.
Yeah. We see, and we got the clarification that we would look. I got the clarification that I wanted. And see, that's that. You always got to hear from, you got to hear from the source directly instead of, and you know, that's what it is.
I mean, you know, it's always three sides to a story, though.
Right.
This side, Lomachenko side, and the truth. So we got Bill. We ain't gonna never be able to talk. I ain't gonna say never say the word never, but we ain't talking with Lomachenko, and you know, then we don't know, and then we see you guys, and we ain't gonna be able to talk with them motherfuckers. So we got Bill's.
And Miss Lori, I wouldn't get no Tank. I wanted to know, you know what I'm saying, what he thought about the things that Tank had said. That's all. Shit.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Shit. That's it. That's all. Like Batman said, that's it, that's all.
That's it, that's all, Slim.
You know?
That's it, that's all. Like, if he wanted to fight, why the fuck? Hey, Bill. Where my bro Batman at, man? Damn, I missed the bet though, dog. The bet coming through fucking with us.
Cassandra Mason say, Mr. Trill Bill. KG, what's happening with it, KG? Off in that super chat. He say, hold on, let me pull it up. Hold on. He say, salute to my guys, Keon and Money, talking that boxing, and shout out to Big Haney. Real talk, you know. Haney gonna pull up. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Bill, he gonna pull up, he gonna keep it 100, you know. And you know that we gonna keep it 100. We not just gonna, like, you know what I'm saying? That's one thing. We not finna agree with everything you say. If we don't agree with something, we gonna let you know. But you know, Bill respect that, and he know that, you know, real recognize real, man. At the end of the day. Lori Reed, she say, I don't want to hear that shit. We gonna fight. hey, the Tank Protection Committee. Money down and Lori.
You know, Tank got that blue wall.
Huh?
What the police say? The blue wall and shield. What the fuck they be talking about?
Yeah, man. Lori, I'm gonna start calling you and Money the Tank Protection Committee. Hey, we can't even ask no questions about Tank now. Hey, y'all were serious about that. No. We not gonna talk about Tank. No. Get back on Teofimo Lopez. Get back on I was like, God damn, I can't ask the question about Tank.
Oh shit, dog.
No, you gonna leave Tank out of this. We gonna leave Tank up out of this.
My guy chilling, dog. My guy ain't said nothing about nobody in a long time.
In a long time, huh? Hey, but yeah, all of them. See, but my thing is,
but they all need to fight. That's a fact.
Connected together, and they all gonna have to see each other. If they don't, they all need to see each other.
It's their era, bro. Yep, it's their era.
They all are connected together. So you know, get used to it. You know, all of them are connected together, and I think they all need to fight each other. Even though Bill was like, we don't really look at him at 135 because he only had one fight at 135. But hey, his name is up there in the 135-pound division, and he got a belt. Whether it's or not, it's still a title.
Facts. If they talking about him fighting Ryan Garcia, you can talk about him fighting Devin Haney.
Yeah, and then that's just what it is. And I'm looking forward to seeing all of them young cats fight each other. Even Shakur Stevenson, man.
Now, when Shakur come up, that's when the problem goes start, because Shakur ain't shaking no hands with no motherfucker.
But Shakur, right? So in the interview
today,
in the interview Money today, Shakur, he made it clear that he's not looking to move up to 135 no time soon. He says that he is, you know what I'm saying, he is big. He said he's big, but he says that he's not looking to go to 135. He said because there's a lot of smoke at 130 for him. And he was also asked about the Oscar Valdez fight, and he said he been asking for that fight. He said he been really on them about that fight, but he said that he think that Oscar Valdez was excited, you know, after the victory that he got when Oscar Valdez hopped up and said his name. He said he think he got excited, and he said now it kind of seems like Oscar Valdez, you know what I'm saying, he don't want that smoke right now. He said he really think that Oscar want that smoke.
And Key, that's all I was saying when I was having the one show, and I was saying, like, we know, bro, like, if we are really paying attention for real, he not fit to fight Shakur Stevenson next, bro. He not, bro. He not, right? So by him saying that shit, I'm like, okay, well, it's cool if they fight. Hell yeah, we want to fight. But if not, Shakur still got other things in plan for him. Like he got some shit in place for him already. If he got the winner of Jermall and Jermall Hearn and who the fuck Jermall Frampton. You know what I mean? The winner Jermall Hearn and Corey Frampton. They already got that shit in place already. You know what I mean? And Shakur is in position, even though I feel him like, God damn, when y'all motherfuckers go fight? Now I think the fight in June, if I'm not mistaken, or May, some shit like that. Which I feel Shakur like, God damn, like, but nonetheless, you know you're in position to fight that winner. So even if you gotta take another fight, right? That's not big dogging. I understand you, I feel the frustration and shit like that. But you're still young, bro, and that's how the game goes. So go beat you somebody's ass until they get that fight over with, and then them boys got to see you at the end of the year. Either way, you become a world champion this year. You feel me? Whether you whoop Oscar Valdez's ass or the winner of Frampton and Hearn, right? You still become a world champion at the end of, in my opinion. Hopefully, if the shit supposed to go high, they saying it's played out, right? You become world champion at the end of the year, and that's 2022 be your year, dog. You still young and you still growing. 2022 will be your motherfucking year for you to bust out on the scene as the Shakur Stevenson show. As I'm a world champion at 130 now, and now it's time for me to start unifying against these boys with these titles, right? Oscar Valdez, when he got him a fight out the way, now what you gonna say? If you victorious, what you gonna say now? There's nothing else you can say. You got that out the way. I'm a champion. You're a champion. Let's make this shit happen. You feel me? So hopefully that's how it plays out for the young Shakur Stevenson, bro. But whenever he come up to 35, he's gonna be a problem wherever he go. He's a problem right now at 30. He's gonna be a problem at 35. He's a problem at 26, right? And that's my guy right there too. Shakur Stevenson, my guy.
And he said I think they already have a fight lined up next for Shakur Stevenson, right? Because they know that Oscar Valdez ain't gonna fight him next, because he said that, you know, he probably gonna take a little, you know, another little tune-up fight or whatever next, whatever you want to call it. And then he said he want to fight both of them back to back. He said that he does feel that Oscar Valdez is the best fighter in the division, you know, next to him. He said he feel like Oscar Valdez has proven that he is the best fighter in the division. He says that's who he want more than Frampton and Hearn. But he did say, he said he think that Hearn is gonna win that fight, and he said that Hearn is gonna vacate the title if he win that fight. Now I disagree with that, because I think Frampton is gonna beat Hearn. But he says that whatever it is, he don't have no problem taking both of them fights back to back. He says that he wants to fight, you know, 2 times a year for sure this year, and, you know, 3 if he can. But the thing is that Shakur Stevenson is another one that want all the smoke. So, you know, we kind of been putting Shakur Stevenson up there with Devin Haney and all them. So we're not going to see none of that no time soon. He says that it's a lot of smoke for him at 130, and that's where he's going to be for like the next 2 years, he said, for like the next 2 years. Now, right now, y'all listen to this. They asked him about Lil B-Hop. They said, you know, him and Lil, they said you and Lil B-Hop, you know, Lil B-Hop, you know, mentioned you. You know what I'm saying? Lil B-Hop prime time and mentioned you. And, you know, and he started laughing. He was like, man, let me tell y'all a story about me and Lil B-Hop. He said, you know, me and Lil B-Hop, we got history. He said, that's my man's, we cool. But he was like, let me tell you the story that he ain't gonna tell y'all. He said, so back, he said they was probably like 15, 16, right? He says that they was at some type of tournament, because Lil B-Hop is from New York, in
New Jersey, New York.
Yeah, and he from Newark. He from New Jersey. Stevenson from New Jersey, right? So he says that you know, they was around each other a lot in tournaments and stuff coming up or whatever. So he says that he was weighing in, and Lil B-Hop comes in, you know, wherever he weighing in at. He said Lil B-Hop started talking a gang of shit, right? Like loud, like, you know what I'm saying, going at him, talking a gang of shit. So he's like, all right. So he said, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I want to get it in with this dude. Like, I want to fight him. So he says later on, you know, at the hotel, you know what I'm saying, at the hotel, they all go back, the teams all go back to the hotel. He said they fucked around and found some gloves. They had some gloves at the hotel. He says, so he said him and B-Hop went in the hallway in the hotel, right? And they got it in. He said he beat the dog shit out of Lil B-Hop. He was like, he said, man, he punished Lil B-Hop. He said, I was pissed off because he was talking a lot of shit. He said, but he was like, man, he ain't gonna tell you that. He's like, man, I punished the fuck out of Lil B-Hop. But he did give Lil B-Hop his respect. He said, we are cool. He said, you know what I'm saying? That's my man's. We cool now. He said, I just wanted to give y'all a little story. But he said, yeah, he said he got a lot of respect for B-Hop. He said, B-Hop is a beast. He said, that'll be a great fight. You know, of course, you know, he don't think that B-Hop can beat him. But he said that is another great fight that he would be willing. But see, the problem with that is B-Hop fight on Showtime and then Shakur fight on Top Rank. So that's another fight. That's a great fight that we probably won't see happening.
You know, niggas don't let shit go neither.
Yeah. So you know, he was laughing and shit. They cool. And another thing, you know, Shakur, you know, he lives in Houston now. Shakur has moved to Houston, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him, you know, training with see him with Charlo and them, because if y'all notice,
well, two different
Charlo, they real tight. They was just on the live Instagram live together, and Charlo called him his little brother. So Shakur Stevenson, man, he's gonna get a lot better. I think he's gonna get a lot better just being in that Houston atmosphere, and you know, being around Charlo, Jermall Charlo and them and shit like that.
You know, I think it's a difference between them gyms. You know, Jay Prince got his gym, and then they got their gym and shit.
Right.
So I see my man say, who the fuck we was just looking at? He's like, nah, he came
on. Hit that like button. If everybody that's still in the building, make sure that if you ain't hit the like button yet, make sure y'all hit that like button. And make sure that y'all go subscribe to Loyalty. Go ahead, Money, because I fuck it up every time.
Loyalty Promotion and Boxing.
Yep, Loyalty Promotion and Boxing on Facebook. On Facebook.
Yeah. Drop that link, Lord. So Brian Jennings, Key. Brian Jennings was just on Drew Titan, right?
Right.
And that's when he said
Brian Jennings was on there. Yep.
Yeah, when he was talking about F.A. Jabba and shit, how F.A. Jabba left. Yeah, how he left that gym and came down. Now he back at Jay Prince gym. So I think Shakur be at Jay Prince gym. Not saying that he won't fuck around at the Cholo gym and nothing like that, but
I think
that's his number one gym he's training at right now.
Yeah, he be at Jay Prince gym. I was just saying that, you know.
Yeah, you know, he signed at Jay Prince.
Yeah, he probably, you know, end up fucking around, you know, back here and there, fucking around with Charlo, train with him sometime, you know. I wouldn't doubt it because they right there in Houston with each other. But yeah.
Lil B-Hop said he's grown now though.
Right. I think they're around the same age. B-Hop might be a little older than Shakur. I think they're around the same age.
They're about the same age, yeah.
Around the same age. They're in the same weight division now. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that Shakur might have been a little bigger than him then. I don't know.
A little bigger than him then and a little bigger than him now.
Yeah, he's bigger than him now. But yeah, he gave B-Hop his props though, man. He gave B-Hop his props. But that'll be a great fight though, too, man.
Man, when we look at prime time, well, we know it's not prime time now. When we look at him, shit, his skill set, he ain't got no, like, his skill set shows. His skill set shows, you know what I'm saying? That motherfucking fight. And he confident in himself, you feel me? You feel like he the best out there at 130. We can't knock that in him, shit. You know what I mean? He know his challenges, and you can respect that. He want the big challenges. He ain't shying away from shit. You feel me? So he want the best. So I respect Lil B-Hop on that note. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that Tyson Fury shit that he was saying about Wilder and Fury, but I do respect Lil B-Hop on that note. But I don't think he beat Shakur Stevenson. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. And now I'm gonna get you riled up. This is the last thing because we're getting ready to wrap it up, right? But Money. So Shakur Stevenson, he was asking about the Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fight, right? Now, he was before that he was talking about Canelo, and he said that Canelo's a beast. He was like seeing Canelo in person. He said Canelo's skills and his technical skills is on a whole nother level. He says, you know, because Shakur Stevenson is a huge boxing fan, and he look at all the details, right, in the ring, what you're doing, and he says, when you get to look at and really break down the shit that Canelo's doing, he says Canelo do shit that other guys cannot do in the ring. And he was like, I know this because I'm that type of fighter. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Canelo, he was like, motherfuckers, you know, talk that shit about Canelo. He said, but Canelo's skill levels is on a whole nother level than these guys. And then so he goes on to say, you know, they ask him who's the number one pound for pound, and he says, well, Canelo and Crawford skills, right? Then he said, you know, he said he got Crawford. He said, but they like, he said him and Crawford like both A and A. They right next to each other, right? As pound for pound best fighters in boxing, right? So that's what he said. Pound for pound best fighters in boxing is Canelo and Crawford, like right there neck and neck with each other, right? So then he said, then they asked him about the Errol Spence fight and who would win. And you know, he didn't give no winner. He said he just want to watch it as a fan. But this what he said. He was like, but you know, Errol Spence got to get off of that 70-30 shit. He said, you know, he got to get off of, you know, that 70-30 shit. And then he started talking about everything that Terrence Crawford has done and all of Terrence Crawford's accolades, and you know, he ain't never gave his take on who would win, but all of that what he had said, right? And how he said that, you know, Terrence Crawford is, you know, best in boxing with Canelo and this, and then what he said about the 70-30, that he didn't want to say it, but he thinks that Crawford can beat Errol Spence. I can see it in. He just don't want to say it, right? He's starting to lean towards Crawford. And the thing is right, Shakur is a top-ranked fighter. That's a top-ranked fighter, right? And we all know that they are running the narrative at top rank, right? And the thing is like, why did you just stop at 70-30? You didn't say nothing about the 60-40 though. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's running. It's like that's what's running rapid. So I know that most people didn't even see the video that Errol Spence went out, right? That put out. They're just going off of the news that he said 70-30, 80-20. And that's the thing now. And I'm like, man, Shakur, you know, the man, why you ain't say nothing about him saying 60-40? You know what I'm saying? You didn't mention that. You just said 70-30. And the man clearly said 60-40. Shit crazy.
So not only that, we know he do train with Bud. He been out there with Bud for a minute, and Bud's like his big brother. But like you say, both of them like his big brother. But I always knew Shakur was leaning towards Bud more than Earl. Like, he ain't gonna never say it, and I do agree. He want to just see the fight as a fan. Like, if Earl win, he not gonna be pissed off that he won. But yeah, like, why you gotta get on the 70-30? Like, you shouldn't even mention the 70-30 and shit like that. That ain't your business. That ain't your business. You're a fighter, right? You don't want nobody in your business. But like you say, why not bring up the 60-40? You know, why not bring up the 60-40? And I know people will say, well, if it ain't his business, it ain't y'all business. Well, he's a fighter, and he know for a fact that if he put out a number, right, if he work his ass out to get to a position, right, he gonna want what he deserves. He gonna want what he deserves. But he haven't been in those big fights yet to really understand this part of it, because he's still trying to get his big fight. And that ain't no knock to him. But at the end of the day, when you can bring up all the Bud accolades, you can bring up all that shit. Respect. Like I say, we never tore down Bud accolades. We never said Bud wasn't what he was. Never. Right? It's only when it comes to the business where we speak up, and people don't like the shit. They don't want to take that shit to everywhere else, all around the world. This why Bud deserve this, that's why he deserve that. And then when we break that shit down, they pissed off. So Shakur can get the same lesson that we're giving everybody else if he want it, right? Because it ain't gonna change, right? He can get the same lesson and sit down and get him a pen and a pad as well, right? Nobody's saying what Bud haven't done. You feel me? But when we talk about this business side, Shakur, make sure you put that in as well, because you will be learning about the business side real soon once your ass get in these big fights. And we'll see if you work your ass out to get to a position, if you want to give up, you know what I'm saying, an extra 10% that you deserve. Not that they trying to take from you, but that you deserve. Or do you want to give a motherfucker extra 10% just to make the fight happen? You know what I mean? And I'm not saying if you do that, you know, none of that. You feel me? But like 78 said, he said that shit well. Wilder gave it to Fury. It wasn't his business. He decided to do that. Okay, oh well. But if a nigga don't want to give it up, you can't be pissed off at him. Especially if you work your ass out to get to the position that you at. You know what I mean? You work your ass out to get to the position that you at, bro. You're not trying to give up what the fuck you worked hard for. Period. Period, bro. And Bud ass won't do it his goddamn self. He can say 50-50 right now, but if he was in position, like Errol Spence in position, and he's supposed to get 60%, Errol Spence is supposed to get 40, Bud ain't giving up no extra 10. He gonna say, you know what? Fuck it, Bob. Go give Earl, give him 50-50, and let's make this shit happen. Hell no, that motherfucker like, well, You don't want to take the 60-40? Then no well. It ain't no fight. It ain't no fight. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, much respect to Shakur Stevenson. Yes, you're on Bud's side. We know this shit. You can say, well, both of my brothers, this, that, and the third. We know who you're hanging out with, and we know how them personal conversations going. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference on camera. When you're in person with them personal conversations, it's going a different way, homie. You feel me? And I don't knock you. But at the end of the day, put all the facts out like Key just said. Don't just talk about the 70-30. Talk about the 60-40. Talk about the entire situation, bro. But we'll just see how that shit play out.
Yeah, I mean, and I peeped that out. But, you know, like everybody say, I got Tank. Well, I got Shakur over everybody. Straight up. Huh?
I heard you.
Yeah, I fuck with Shakur heavy, but you know that shit is like don't put half of the information out. You know, put all of it out. But yeah, man. Mike Rhymes says I think Shakur knows better and don't want to hurt Bud's feelings. Nah, I think he really think that Bud can beat Spence. You could tell. And Lori say that Tank back in camp today. Yep, he in camp today, so he getting ready. You know,
and I will say this too, Key, on the part where it said he feel like Canelo and Bud's skills levels on two different things. You know, I don't knock him when he say that because you know he around them dudes. And I mean, I ain't gonna say around them dudes. He probably seen Canelo in the gym and do what he do. He probably see Bud in the gym and do what he do. You know what I'm saying? But you're not really in the gym with Earl Spence when he working out. To say that they skill level is on a way different level than his. You know what I mean? Otherwise, like I say, you got Earl Spence.
He didn't say his directly, but he just said in general. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he didn't mention Errol Spence in there, but he just put them they skill levels, you know, in general.
Right. So at the end of the day, we'll see when they get in that ring, see who shit is more superior. But we do know Earl Spence is linked to both Canelo and Bud Crawford, and that's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just see. But no knock on Canelo. That's a bad motherfucker. We always say that. We can't take shit away from Canelo. Hey, Canelo is a bad boy. Hey, Key, you never see him out of shape. You always see that motherfucker working on something different. You know what I'm saying? And that's to be commended. That's to be commended, bro. Canelo know what he got, and he ain't falling short. You know what I mean? He is a disciplined fighter, and you got to give him his credit. Regardless if people want to say, oh, man, he be trying to weight drain people or this, that, and the third. One thing to say about that motherfucker, he stay in shape and he stay ready. Shit,
bro, he was back in the gym the next Monday after his last fight.
Bro, working his ass off because he got a fight coming up. So I respect the fuck out of Canelo, dog. Like I said, Canelo
it ain't like he took no punishment though. Like he couldn't get back in it though.
Right.
But you know, like you said, he always stay in shape. He's this second half of his career, I think he's taking it a lot more serious.
And he got a fight lined up in May, so it's like, okay, I'll come out of this shit. Let me get my ass back in here and get ready for this goddamn fight with Billy Joe Saunders' ass, so I can tear his ass up. And I'm gonna enjoy watching Canelo tear Billy Joe Saunders' ass up. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't stand that.
Yeah, I'm enjoying shit. Billy Joe ass, that motherfucker just rubbed me the wrong way. The shit he be doing.
But man, let me Money. We gonna get ready to get up out of here, man. We've been on here for a long time.
Yeah.
Let me get your last words before we get up out of here, man.
Man, I appreciate everybody coming through riding out with us for the 3 hours and 17 minutes. You feel me? Much love, much appreciated. I was a little late myself, so I probably was in for about 2 hours and 30 or something like that. But it's all love. We appreciate everybody, man. Thank you to Trill Bill for coming through, showing love again, clarify the situation, you know, with Devin Haney and Lomachenko, and taking us down all the way down the goddamn road to Floyd Mayweather and all this shit. Yeah. Shit looked like it's gonna get a little heated a little bit, but we had to calm the shit back down because Bill is on this shit. You feel me? But it's all love. It's all love at the end of the day. Much respect to all the fighters. We don't want nothing but the best for them. We want the best, you know, the best to fight the best. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta hold everybody's feet to the fire. We gonna hold one man feet to the fire, hold the next man feet to the fire. You feel me? But y'all know what it is, man. Y'all follow me on Monty Brown TV and follow me on Instagram at Monty_the_writer. We appreciate y'all. And y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And y'all already know. Salute to everybody in the chat. Appreciate everybody that was rocking with us. Another great show. And y'all already know how I do. Thank everybody. And y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again. We out.
They're senior in no department. Speed, power, 10, 5, none.
Alright.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Talking big facts, I ain't tell no lies. Real talk like fight fan. Slap a troll with my right hand. Hit the like button, watch the replay. Want all the smoke like EJ. Fuck a troll, what he say. I bomb a nigga like Wilder, boy. Spray the thing, make shower, boy. Tyson Fury, you a coward, boy. Box a nigga like Ego. Make you bow your head, take one knee like Kell Brook and Tim Tebow. Since the time that Lester been black and eyes like Debo. Like Debo? And I'm a breadwinner like Kevin Gates. Smoke strong, make you levitate. On my evil spins, might meditate. Gon' watch me, you gon' steady hate. But I pimp the game like 7-8. 7-8. And I'm a big stepper like Money Brown. I don't mess around, I don't fuck around. But I fuck around, I wear my crown. Fuck around, I wear my crown. Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts, cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again.
Spitting big facts and I'm cooking again.
There you go talking that boxing again. Real talk like fight fan.